Hello and welcome back to Armchair Fans EFD Squad. We're taking on Tottenham versus Ajax tonight. Joining me on the sofa is David Jackson, no preparation, all passion in.
Cheers, mate.
It is orange.
Yeah, I couldn't get an Ajax shirt.
So I'm guessing you're rooting for Ajax.
Big time.
Not one of those fans that likes to see British clubs progress.
I do.
Despite the rivalry.
I do, just not Tottenham.
Okay. All British clubs apart from Tottenham.
Yeah.
McCubbin, you're going to do the lineups for me in a second.
I will do.
Adam Templeman, you're on socials as per our social guru. That is AT. We might as well go straight to the lineups because Spurs, a few injury woes, right?
A few injury woes. Obviously, Kane. Obviously, Son is suspended for this game as well.
Naughty boy.
I believe Pochettino was saying that Kane probably won't come back for the second leg, although some players are hoping he will. We'll see what happens with that. Obviously, tonight's most important now, but that does mean that they're going for Lucas Moura and Fernando Llorente up front, which is an interesting combination. Chalk and cheese, aren't they? And there are lots of question marks over whether Llorente is really going to be very effective when you've got De Ligt at the back. I mean, trying the aerial route isn't going to work with him, is it?
Into the game on a massive amount of confidence or form, are they, after that defeat to West Ham where they were pedestrian. Erik Dyer, he's been replaced by Wanyama,
right? So I guess that might have been a change that was already thought about. No Sissoko in the midfield, might miss a little bit of his energy in there as well, especially with this kind of high attacking Ajax side, but otherwise just kind of normal. The same three guys at the back. Yeah, I've been used to seeing obviously Alderweireld, Vertonghen, and Sanchez, and then Trippier and Rose, I think, at wing back. So
is it business as usual for Ajax?
So I believe so. We've got Tadic up top, Neres, Van der Beek, Ziyech, De Jong, Schürrle. That's kind of their attack and midfield, and then Tagliafico left back, Blind, De Ligt, and Veltman and Onana. What's my name in goal?
Heavily linked with the move away as well, Onana. Yeah. This week, I think a lot of these Ajax players, if this is their last two games for Ajax in Europe, will be moving on in the summer, won't they? So we could be seeing the pinnacle of Ajax, for the next 4 or 5 years over the course of the next 180 minutes. But if you want to ask us any questions about Ajax or about, all things in general, like what is Dave Jackson's favourite pint whilst, enjoying the football, then please get at Adam Templeman. On what handles? Where can their questions be seen, AT?
At Football Daily, or just put it in the live chat. Live chat's easier for me, so do it in the live chat. Do you want a question?
Why not? Go ahead.
Yeah, first question is from Mash, who says, is this Ajax team the best team to watch in this year's Champions League?
See, I've actually been away for the last couple of weeks. Don't know if you've noticed. But I haven't watched... little shake of the head there, cheeky. But I actually missed out a couple of, seminal Champions League fixtures and results. So how was that game against Ajax? On the back of that, who are you looking forward to watching in this game, the Cubs?
Well, the Ajax... I think I actually missed a couple of most of the Ajax-Juve clash because we were covering United-Barca here. But in that second United-Barca game, we did then switch over to Ajax-Juve, and I think on the basis of the Juve games and the Real Madrid clash as well, you kind of got to say they are. Like Frankie De Jong just looks like the best all-round midfielder in the world now.
The player that people say he is, he just lives up to the billing, doesn't he?
Yeah, and the fact that he's schooled to, maybe not so much Juve, but Real Madrid, one of the best midfields we've seen this decade. And obviously, someone like Tadic, who's been outrageous as well. Ziyech, we knew, what he could do from a very good season last season, but he seems to have stepped up as well. Everyone just seems to work in that Ajax team, and it's just all kind of. It's all kind of just merged perfectly this season.
I mean, they're one of the sort of all-time kind of, they're putting up all-time numbers in regards to at least modern Eredivisie history. First Dutch team, I think, to score 160 goals in a league campaign, and Dusan Tadic has contributed to 54 of them. So if they're going to come away with something from this game, he'll probably be heavily involved. Of course, had a couple of very solid seasons, at least in his first 2 years at Southampton, didn't he? So familiar territory for him in the Premier League, although, Tottenham's new ground, but that unbeaten record is gone. So they'll take, I'm guessing they'll take a lot of joy from that West Ham performance. Dave,
Yes, mate.
Don't know if if you've sounded at anyone from Ajax that you're looking forward to watching. But what are you looking forward to happening? Where do you think this side can get at Tottenham?
I think
Probably
they need
more
to.
Familiar with them, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I think Ajax they need to take the game to Spurs. This is a very weakened Spurs team. It might be like if they had all their fully strength 11, it might be completely different. But I think Ajax need to just go for it. You know what I mean? They should be playing with 100% freedom. Nobody expects them to be in the semi-final. They can go there, complete like freedom to play and not worry about. It's almost like there's no pressure on Ajax whatsoever. I think they'll go to whatever name of their stadium. What is it called? What's the name of Spurs Stadium?
Aren't they calling it like
Tottenham Stadium?
It's the Tottenham Stadium.
Yeah, Tottenham Stadium. I think Nike are getting involved at some point, aren't they? Interestingly, the Eredivisie. I mean, Ajax will be fresh coming into this game because the Eredivisie agreed to suspend their fixtures for the weekend, something that
very
obviously wouldn't happen in the Premier League. I'm all for it. I think
it's good.
I think the smaller leagues need to find those marginal gains wherever they can, and Ten Hag has been refuting Pochettino's claims that it presents an unfair advantage by pretty much unpicking the finances of Premier League clubs. I think Ajax get 20 million for winning the Eredivisie, something along those lines, whereas every team in the Premier League is guaranteed near enough 200 million. So
you can see why maybe PSV are a little bit put out about that, though, considering the
neck and neck title race.
It just gives them a bit of advantage with that.
But it adds to the coefficient, doesn't it? Which has been slipping in Holland for a little while. If they go that one step further, so good for the Dutch game. I'm looking forward to, just to seeing. I mean, we've spoke a lot about the league, a lot about De Jong, maybe a disproportionate amount to how much I've actually watched them. So looking forward to actually just taking in 90 minutes of those guys before they inevitably go to Barcelona. Temps, what about you, mate? Any players in this game from Tottenham or from Ajax that you're looking forward to watching?
I've seen enough of Tottenham, to be honest, so it would definitely be Ajax. I haven't seen much of Ajax this season, to be honest. I've just heard about them. Like a few seasons ago, I was really into them. Like when I went to see them live, then I just started watching them.
Yeah.
Like, actually
came back with all the kid, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved it. Probably De Jong because he's moving to Barcelona. Yeah. So De Jong.
De Jong, yeah.
Yeah,
he's a boss, isn't he? Any more questions?
Yes.
How long we got? Because we're just watching trailers for the Pokemon film.
We've got like 5 minutes, I think.
Out in cinemas 11th of May.
Yeah. Brilliant. Advertising.
So, giving a little shout out to Warner Brothers Pictures there.
Sponsoring this.
Basically, every question since Chris has said about the pint is, what is your actual favourite?
There we go.
I'll be honest, I do actually like a pint of Amstel.
Oh yeah,
that's your favourite.
That's my favourite lager. If I was to go into a
John Smith's man.
Me, I'm not Northern. I do like a pint of Amstel.
Yeah.
Nice. Belgian beer, isn't it?
What about the rest of it?
I think it's Dutch.
It is.
Lovely.
Amstel, of course,
from Amsterdam.
Sponsor the Europa League. So if they want to send us anywhere next year, Dave will.
Or just send me a couple of bottles.
All that. So ambitions at either end of the scale there. Either end of the spectrum. Favourite pint, go on, McCubs, because you're a bit of a connoisseur, mate.
I do like a good
IPA
pint.
Or a Pilsner?
I do I like Cornish and general West Country ales. I think we spoke about this on Sunday Vibes, actually.
Strong.
But I do. You know what? Actually, for the Spurs Man City game, I was at a pub down the road from here, and I had a pint of Grolsch, and I hadn't drunk Grolsch in a long time. You know,
Belgium.
It was very nice. Is it Belgium? Yeah.
Was it creamy?
Yeah. It was quite creamy actually. It had a good fizz to it, which was it was just generally just good.
Excellent.
Good. What about you,
Tens?
Mine's pretty basic. Probably just a San Miguel.
Oh, nice. Classic. Yeah.
Espanol. Yeah, exactly.
You know when the temperature is above 25, do like a little, might be controversial here, a little lager top. Just put a splash of lemonade in there because that lets me know that it's summer.
The alcohol's choice.
So maybe. Either way, let Adam know your favourite drinks.
Yeah,
we might read a few of them out.
Please do.
Premium content. One more question then before the guys, come out the tunnel.
Jacob has said, who do you think has the better overall squad, Tottenham or Ajax? Let's say at full strength.
I think you have to say Spurs.
You'd say at full strength, definitely Spurs.
I think the fact that arguably the best striker in the Premier League to come back into this team, Son, who's it's just been absolutely ridiculous this season. I think the thing is, also if you look at it, I think the squad's a lot better at Spurs as well. Ajax's first 11 is amazing.
Yeah, I think they're going to miss Son the most. He is such a big game player as well, isn't he? They're really going to miss him.
Should we just stop and admire Eriksen, how good looking he is? I mean, he's a very good-looking fella, isn't he?
A little bit ratty, if you ask me.
Oh, ratty.
Not really. Come on, you've actually maintained the hairline.
Yeah, you've got a much.
Yeah, he's actually starting to recede a bit, isn't he? Like, whereas full head of hair, 32, not too bad, is it?
Imagine him at your age.
Look at Toby Alderweireld. His hairline's creeping forward. That is an unbelievably strong head of hair. Anyway, what was the question?
Who has a better
squad? Better overall squad. I mean, let's apply a bit of context. I think Dave's answered that question when it's at full strength. But at the moment, it's a little bit odd that I feel like Spurs, or a lot of people feel like Spurs are coming to this as the underdogs. I mean, crying out loud. What a glorious stadium that is, by the way. Distracted by the aerial view, so nice, very aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? But no, I think I don't think Ajax should be fearing this Tottenham setup whatsoever. There is zero creativity at the base of midfield. Wanyama's completely lost his legs. I was a big fan of Wanyama when he first came to the Premier League. He was a bit of a box-to-box destroyer. Wasn't he capable of kind of chipping in with a spectacular goal every now and then? But the mobility is declined massively since then. Is Eric Dyer? Has there been some injury news on Eric Dyer? I'm vastly underprepared for this, but that's not a huge vote of confidence for him after the West Ham game.
Just lost 100 viewers, Chris.
All Eric Dyer fans, yeah. Well, fair enough. Probably won't welcome anyway, but got to keep one eye on Dele Alli. Here's his game. His form's been a little bit more erratic since last season.
Do you think that because there's so many, this Spurs team have played for Ajax and understand the culture, and do you think they have an impact? Because obviously,
maybe
little ginger fella, yeah.
Because
someone's
it's a bit fed, isn't it?
Because when
That's great.
Someone tweet us that picture.
Oh my god! Was Eriksen walking him out? That is priceless.
Someone tweet us that picture.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see when they go along.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Because one of the things you have to say about Ajax, they actually have a club culture, unlike most other clubs in the world. That kind of you're kind of bred when you're very young, and you kind of mature into that kind of way of thinking, and that's probably one of the big aspects of what has made this Ajax team so strong, because they have been bred in that way. So the fact that a lot of these Spurs players understand that, they might be able to counteract that stuff that maybe Real Madrid and like Juventus are kind of falling for.
Like they might be a bit more
savvy to it, you might say. Yeah.
Aware.
Potentially. Oh no, let's have a look, see if it's Eriksen, and I think it is.
Pretty
sure,
that is outstanding. Can someone
Eriksen isn't near that much taller than him.
Please tweet me with the screenshot. That is iconic. That is so good. Oh, if you can't see it, basically it's a small little ginger fella standing next to Eriksen. Obviously Dave looks like Eriksen, and anyone that's ginger looks like Joe. He's probably got a better fade than Joe, to be honest.
Yeah. What's he thinking with that new haircut he's got?
What, the quiff? I don't mind it. It looks like.
I think his hair's better down than up, actually. Watching an old winners and losers the other day, and it was kind of like Jimmy Neutron style.
This is the chat that everyone tuned in for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Joe's hair, now or then. Right, we got any more questions? Because we're still a minute away from kickoff.
What do you guys think of? This is just from me. What do you guys think of the Dutch FA cancelling Ajax's game in preparation for this?
I think it's very good.
Do you think we should be doing that for our English teams?
Well,
where were you? And we had a brief chat about this about 10 minutes ago.
Have we?
Yeah. We touched on it, yeah. He did.
Oh, shambles.
No, but to be fair, I don't think the FA or the Premier League or whatever, because obviously it's two different associations. I don't think they do enough to help English teams progress as far as they can. So for example, Arsenal be playing on Thursday night, and then they've got a game on Sunday. It's just not, and then again on Thursday. It's not really helping us.
They are bringing in a winter break though, aren't they?
When is that going to be happening from?
I'm not sure if it's the start of next season or the season after.
But there was a really bad case of it a few weeks ago, whereby it was just so illogical. I think it was around the Champions League quarterfinals, and I think it was United playing on the Tuesday night and Spurs playing on the Wednesday night. Spurs got the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. United got the 5:30 kickoff. So already that could have been swapped, considering that they had a later one. And then after Spurs played on the Wednesday night, they then got the 12:30 kickoff the following Saturday, and United got the Sunday kickoff, which could have just been If they just swapped those things around, it would have given both teams an extra day either before or after.
Yeah, the attitude seems to be very much like, listen, this is it's a commercial like beast. You get the money, and this is what you kind of have to put up with. Not a lot of kind of sporting integrity involved.
Which you kind of understand from the Premier League's point of view. That's the reason why we're allowed 200 million from the TV rights. Because that is what dictates. But I feel like there's more, because that example there, that's just silly. Like, swap that demo.
Yeah. It's not like United being on at 12:30 or Spurs being on at 12:30 doesn't really make a difference, does it?
An element of kind of you made your bed, but.
Come on, Ajax!
You're just hoping common sense prevails there, aren't you? All right.
No. Come on.
Both teams lining up a 4-3-3 according to this at the very least. Daley Blind. I mean, would you take him back at the club at this point?
United people have been saying
in the centre back berth.
I think he's made more passes into the final third than any other player in the Champions League this season.
Excellent stat.
Which is crazy.
Is that true?
Yeah, pretty sure. According to Statman Dave, at least, we know. Oh, that's a handball from
He's off.
I don't know now. I think I really liked Daley Blind for about 3 years at United. Like on his day, incredibly composed on the ball, could pick out a pass, and also a very composed defender. Really made up for his lack of pace with just very good positioning and very good game awareness. Really, really liked him as a defender in general. Also, actually did a decent job at left back despite his lack of pace. But then just the last couple of years, I think, like with Mourinho as well, like he just completely hit a brick wall. Like for the last 18 months of his United career, I did not see him put in a very good performance. He was either average or pretty poor. And it's just like, you see him like come back to Ajax and slot into this system so easily, but it's like, that's because he's playing for a really, really good team.
That's because he's made the correct decision as well.
He's clearly happier there as well. Did you see, I can't remember what they did, some like ridiculous cover of some song when he came back. I can't remember. I'll think about it, but they did. It was an awful cover of some kind of some pop song that they did when he came back to Ajax. So there you go as well.
I've got a quick question for the panel. So obviously, I think this is the first game in the knockout stages that Ajax probably go into. At least there's a lot more pressure on them, right? Because obviously, when they go to Real Madrid, they're not expected to win there. When they go to Juventus, they're not expected there.
Because of the teams they've beat, it could be argued they are favourites.
So do you think how do you think that will impact?
How do you think they'll deal with the expectation?
Yeah, where they are expected to at least get a result here, I would say, but they'll take them back to Ajax then. But
you could argue that the further they go into the competition, the less pressure there is on them as well to succeed, because people kind of view them as overachieving at the moment. I mean, because of the youth in this side, I mean, there is a nice blend of experience as well. I think there's probably only 2 players, maybe Lassie Schöner, and Daley Blind maybe, who are over 27, 28. There might be some others approaching that age. I know Tagliafico is 26, but I think there is an element of fearlessness.
Chance for Tottenham?
Llorente? Being Delicta, well, kind of.
Llorente, slowing up the play and then floating a ball cross-field straight into the path of the Ajax defender. I don't know. I feel like this fearlessness is going to continue.
I think you could say the same about Spurs. Like they're overachieving as well.
But they're underachieving in the Premier League, aren't they?
In the Premier League, but overachieving in this.
I feel like all their eggs are now in one basket. I mean, how can you lose 12 Premier League games and still finish third?
Because they haven't drawn any.
Yeah, but
that's the thing. If they won their remaining games, they'd still have won like 25 games all season. So that's actually pretty good, like for a third place too.
Just a draw.
But it's just the losses have pretty damning. But actually, like I think Spurs will be under pressure in this game a bit, because I was looking at their away form. I'm not sure how many games it is, but they haven't won an away game in all competitions since beating Borussia Dortmund in the second leg back at the start of March. They haven't won an away game in domestic football since January, which was against Fulham.
And
so they've actually been really poor away from home. People have been talking about Arsenal, but Spurs have been pretty poor away from home as well.
Did you see Onana coming out then?
Yeah, I wonder where he's going there.
Pushing the whole squad up, yeah. And they'll feel like. I don't think. Not a lot of top sides have fared very well at the Amsterdam Arena this term. I think did Bayern Munich? But Bayern Munich ran out what?
I think they drew both games, didn't they?
I think was it 3-3?
Yeah, that was it at Bayern.
Wow.
Didn't they?
That was great.
This is Van der Beek.
Pick someone up. Corner to Ajax.
Good progression from Van der Beek. it doesn't look like it's affected them mentally, does it? It's a good question, but quite a hard question to address, I guess.
Sorry, I apologise.
No, it's good. We like a challenge on here. Davinson Sanchez, was that Sanchez? Yeah.
His fault originally, wasn't it? But he did well to recover.
It's crazy to think that 2 years ago it was Sanchez and De Ligt lining up in that Europa League final. Yeah. What, De Ligt was like 17 or something. Sanchez was was Sanchez 19 at the time? Both come such a long way since then.
All right.
Oh! Touch,
bang. Beek on the edge of the area.
Rubbish.
Blazed it over. Perfect time for another question, Temps. What we got?
I don't know how much everyone knows about the Ajax manager, but Adita has asked, do you think he'd make a good Premier League manager? And if so, what club would he fit into?
God, very early in his tenure for that. Yeah. So he was at another Dutch club, whose name escapes him now, and he managed at either reserve level or youth level at Bayern Munich. That's about the extent of my knowledge. But he's doing extremely well at the moment. I read a little article about so the technical director at the moment is ex-Arsenal player Overmars, and Van der Sar helps him out in that regard. I'm not sure what position he actually occupies in the club's hierarchy, but they made the decision to get rid of it was Marcel Kaiser, wasn't it, and Dennis Bergkamp, quite controversially, and a lot of fans wanted Bergkamp at the club, and they didn't want Ten Hag. Because Ten Hag's not from Ajax. Apparently, he's just from a different region in Holland, which, you know, people with the whole kind of reversion to the Cruyff school of thought, they wanted someone like Bergkamp at the club, but it's worked out very, very well for them. I don't think Ten Hag started particularly well either, but Overmars made the decision. I think it was him. To get rid of that management team. Wasn't a very popular man for it, but he also sounded out like Dusan Tadic like 8 months before they signed him.
Really?
And convinced Daley Blind to come back as well. So it seems that Ajax have got people who know what they're doing in charge and really care. And Ten Hag, they're now calling him the Dutch Pep. So. You know, if he can keep,
he's got the look as well.
Pretty much. I mean, that is uncanny, isn't it? He's got the gleam.
Yeah, he does.
Same skull.
Doesn't wear that awful fleece though, which is.
Oh, you're not a fan of it. And the big. I bet you're like the scarf though. You're a bit of a scarf man.
I do like the scarf. I do like the scarf, but the fleece. I think he's a pretty well dressed man in general, but the fleece is just awful, isn't it? But Ten Hag hasn't fallen into that trap yet, so let's hope he doesn't. Yeah. I reckon. Yeah, I mean. I don't see why he wouldn't be in the reckoning for a bigger job after this. I could imagine. I can imagine him staying on a bit longer, but considering what like the last time was it Peter Bosz who took them to the Europa League final, then bagged the Borussia Dortmund job off the back of that.
And did unbelievably well in his first 10 games, and then just
and that was
catastrophic time.
I mean, considering that, and you'd rate Ten Hag over Peter Bosz in terms of what he's done with this Ajax side, or at least the success he's having results-wise.
Do you think it's kind of similar? It's similarly hard to judge the talent of management in the Eredivisie as it is the kind of calibre of player, or how impactful the players can be who do well in the Eredivisie in other top leagues, because it can be a little bit.
It is hit and miss, isn't it?
Misleading at times, can't it?
You have players who are instant world-class prospects upon leaving, or while they're in the Eredivisie and upon leaving, and then you have. I don't know what a recent example, maybe Jahan Bash in for Brighton in the Prem. Maybe it's just not the right fit for Brighton. But
the striker, he either signed for Huddersfield or Brighton, and he played for PSV before. His name escapes me now, but yeah.
But even someone like Dirk Kuyt, who he ended up being a very useful player for Liverpool, but at Feyenoord, I think was in the top 3 of the European Golden Shoe or something ridiculous.
Alfonso Alves, Georgios Samaras, both having 30 goal seasons in the Eredivisie, but Luis Suarez.
Yeah, exactly. Ruud van Nistelrooy. The list goes on with it. So yeah, I think it's difficult. But I mean, one thing that can be said is that considering the strength of this title race at the moment, considering the PSV have won the last 4 Eredivises, and now Ajax have have kind of taken the initiative, at least for now. You could probably judge that the biggest talents from Ajax and PSV are probably going to be able to bed themselves in pretty well in other European leagues, just based off the caliber that they've shown over the last couple of days. Considering like Lozano was a Man City target before he went to PSV as well.
It's been quite a rocky road though for managers who have done well in the last sort of 5 years. And Philip Koku not having the best time of it in Turkey. He won a couple of league titles, and then Giovanni Van Bronckhorst sort of bringing Feyenoord back to the fore for. I don't think they'd won the Dutch league before his triumph in 15 years. And I don't see Giovanni Van Bronckhorst being touted for a top job, and Ten Hag's inherited generational talent, so I think any Premier League side will be looking for him to build a little dynasty. I mean, what about De Boer, who joined Crystal Palace after faring so well in the Eredivisie? Like it's really difficult to judge.
I think it has to be the right club though that comes along. I don't think you can just. Well, because that's what happened with Palace. That
was a perfect example of the manager having the wrong personnel to exact his system, wasn't it?
It was like they should have actually just picked up Roy Hodgson that summer, but instead they decided to go for him and
then didn't give him the funds
gave him very much kind of a mid-table squad, or a kind of more pragmatic squad than he would have liked. I think it just has to be the right club, but I'm sure he would be able to manage it at a very good level.
That's interesting.
If he was to carry this on, I wouldn't be surprised at the Barcelona links, as cliched as they are, coming up.
Spurs haven't had a kick so far.
They're looking pretty ragged on it, Dave. I wasn't really watching the last couple of minutes, but that looks bad. What's happening?
Well, Spurs need to get hold of the ball. They're at home. They need to start imposing themselves in this game a little bit, because if not, Ajax are just going to keep passing around them, and eventually they will break through the Spurs defence. They need to. I think with the Spurs team as well, they've obviously got great players out, but so they need one of their second tier players to actually step up a little bit, because they can't just rely on Eriksen to do a madness. You know what I mean? They need the rest of this midfield to actually
Lucas Moore
puff out their chest and go, you know what I mean? This is our ground. We're in a semi-final. We're here on merit. Let's kind of go again.
Lucas Moore has been heavily relied on today, isn't he, to come up with the goods. He's kind of done it in bouts. I suppose
there's quite a little pace in the Spurs side actually, which I guess is the worrying thing. They can't just. It's going to be easier said than done for them to spring the counter on Ajax.
And I mean, the fact that Spurs played PSV and kind of fared, what was it, one? I think they lost away from home, didn't they? But they went down to 10 men, and I think made some attacking substitutions, and that invited defensive substitutions that invited some undue or unwarranted pressure on, and then just about beat them at home. Was it?
I think so.
I've been lying. I remembered it clearly.
It's a long time ago.
But PSV were definitely competitive over those two ties, so they should be wary of Dutch football at the moment. Let's have another question. That was a good question though about Ten Hag joining the Premier League. Our summary is kind of not yet, right?
Yeah, definitely not yet. Next question is from Lucas. He says, "Why do you think Dutch football has fallen so much since the early 90s?"
Oh, I just think they had a great crop of players, and I think
like really acute management minds as well.
Are we talking about Dutch club football or Dutch national?
Club football.
Club football. Well, again, I think that great Ajax team of '95, it was amazing, and then they just got picked apart, which I fear is what's going to happen to this Ajax team now. Whether or not they win this or not, I think their best players will go abroad. And then they're gonna have to rebuild again, and and for many years they could keep doing that, but but basically the best players just kept just kept leaving the division. If you think like the mid 90s.
Oh, go on, Ziyech.
PSV could attract a player like Ronaldo. Whereas do you think like a player like Ronaldo would kind of go to like the Dutch league now?
Cruzeiro? At the time, I can't remember.
Was it like Corinthians? Corinthians. Oh, no, didn't he go to Corinthians at the end? I think it was at Corinthians at
the end. It's tough for a country with a population of what?
4 mil, I think it is.
Yeah, it's kind of on a par with Scotland, isn't it? Yeah. Or maybe a bit more. To kind of maintain pace with the big boys. I think every league outside the top 5, and arguably there's two powerhouses within that in the Premier League and Spanish football, isn't it? They kind of have pulled away to an extent. That just that just can't keep up. Like you've said, I mean, they've spent a little bit more money recently than they have done in the previous 5-10 years. I think this squad was assembled for £45 million, which is still an absolute. Like it is bamboozling how they're at this stage when they cost. You know, you can only buy half of Ronaldo at 33 for that.
Oh, lovely!
For that amount, but they've opened up their wage budget a little bit more. So Ajax are definitely, they seem like they're more willing to compete instead of being reliant on that turnover of talent. So I think Dutch football's having a little bit of a renaissance.
Oh my God, debate. That's it.
Yes! Ajax! Donny van de Beek.
That was too
1-0.
easy.
He literally,
there's so much time.
I don't think he could believe how much time he had there.
He couldn't believe it. He could have picked 3 or 4 spots there, couldn't he? He had the freedom of the Tottenham Stadium in the 6-yard box.
Oh,
David,
is he looking at VAR or something?
What's he doing
here?
I don't think that is offside though.
That was mental much time.
I genuinely don't think that's offside.
So who did the pass come in from? Ziyech?
I think it might have been Ziyech.
Don't start looking at your laptop now, mate.
Opening.
The Dutch Pep, he's bang at it. They have passed Tottenham to death in the opening 15 minutes.
Look at that ball there. That was so
to be fair, like Ajax completely deserve this, and this isn't just me with an Arsenal hat on either. They've played so well.
I know it's not. Schürrle.
Is that David Neres in the wide position?
Who's playing him?
Wow.
No, it's what's his name? Kieran Trippier.
that is really bad.
That is such a good passing from Ziyech, because you think Ziyech's going to go out wide there, don't you? So Lashley shown over to Ziyech, and then who was on the overlap? I can't see him, but
I think it was.
It's like a 5-a-side goal.
Neres? Yeah, Neres.
Look at that!
How has he got that much
time?
He
sits him down.
No Spurs players took his hand up for offside either, have they?
Oh, doing a goal check.
It was offside.
It's a goal.
Yeah, done it.
Wow, that is such an impressive opening 15 minutes from Ajax.
Spurs are in trouble now, man. Really in trouble.
Can we ring up Sonny? See how we.
Snelling!
I did say I was going to shout his name if Tottenham conceded, but I didn't.
You let
I will next
everyone
time.
down.
Somewhere, Sonny's dad is
seething.
Just an
calling
horrid
them to sack all the players.
Yeah, I hope he's recording it.
They've got so much time on the ball here. I feel like they need to take.
Oh my god, this could be a bloodbath if they don't. Oh,
Rose could have put that into his own net. They couldn't.
What's the name of the Spanish striker for Spurs? What's his name? Like, he's doing nothing at the moment. They need to take him off and bring another striker on and put more up top.
I don't think they've got another striker.
Sorry. Not another striker. They need to bring another midfielder on, because at the moment Spurs can't get hold of the football.
You're saying take off
I really don't think they've got many options.
He's added nothing at the moment.
You're going to bring the subs up, yeah?
I'm going to bring the subs up because I really don't think they've got anything on the bench. Really,
I think that's their biggest problem.
The movement in midfield is what's killing Spurs right now from Ajax, isn't it? There's no mobility in that midfield, at least at the base of it. There's no one to relieve any of this pressure.
So here are the options on the bench.
Go on, Dave. Who would you bring on?
Let's have a listen.
Out of Oliver Skip, Erik Dyer, Ben Davis. He could maybe do a job up front. Kyle Walker-Peters, Juan Foyth.
Well, I think what you do
Musa
there
Sissoko.
is you bring
all fullbacks. What's going on?
Pretty much all fullbacks.
So I think what you do is you bring Erik Dyer on and you push Daley up and play Lucas Moura a lot more further up, because at least then they'll have more in midfield. Because at the moment they just can't keep the football.
Look how high the league.
This is
my God! Please.
What a good challenge!
Danny Rose. Oh, he just flip-flapped him. Oh,
David Neres is absolutely terrorising them.
Ajax are taking that's a free kick. Ajax are taking the piss.
They really are.
Is David Neres even 20 yet? Is he still a teenager?
I think he might be 20, 21.
Yeah. So good though.
And he's
absolutely love watching him.
And his minutes have been not limited, but he's had sort of like Sane rotated in and out the side this campaign, but he's still contributing to a goal or an assist like at pretty much one a game at this.
But he started the big ones though. He started in that Madrid game, didn't he, at the Bernabeu? I think he started in the second Juve second leg. I'm not sure about the first legs of those ties, but he's really stepped
Ajax
up.
are playing very, very well here.
The league looks like one of those players where in 10 years' time, but I remember when he made his debut. I remember when he was bursting onto the scene. Like already, he's just bossing things from the back.
How much space he's got out here? Spurs really need to get hold of us now, as they're going to be out of this by half time.
18 minutes in, and it feels like the Alamo already. Oh,
that was pretty bad.
Corner? It's corner to Ajax.
Oh.
Right, so we've already ascertained there's nothing to do off the bench. and Ajax are in full control. What are the people saying in the comments, Temps?
There's a lot of Ajax fans in the comments,
really?
but I don't know if they're just neutrals as well.
Probably
Because
everyone,
or Arsenal fans, because Jackson said, everyone's a neutral. A lot of people are saying that. I don't know if it's the same person saying it over and over again, but Ten Hag to Bayern Munich.
Okay, interesting.
Go back to his kind of...
Going back to, people talking about that.
His coaching roots. Oh my God.
Hello.
Scholesy.
There it is.
He should have done a bit better there, I think. He had so much time there.
De Ligt and De Jong just do everything for like first time, or just make the right decision every time, don't they?
This is the thing that Spurs have no composure as well when trying to play it out.
Where is Llorente?
I don't know. He's gone home.
I mean, the hallmarks of a pot.
There he is. He's just wandering around on the park.
A press trigger there for Pochettino, leading the press.
No, but it's just a waste. It's a waste of him.
Yeah, but we all know exactly what he is. He becomes the fullback guy, you know, I think a little bit too quickly in his Tottenham side. Like, they didn't address the midfield problems in the summer. Like, they've needed a deep line playmaker for what, 2 years, 3 years? I mean, letting Moussa Dembele go, even if he's only got 45 minutes in.
He could have played today. You know what I mean? He could,
yeah. What instead of?
Here we go.
God.
Here we go. We get eyes
offside.
Look, Van der Beek. That's the difference, isn't it? He's a midfielder, and he's how many times has he got beyond his strikers there? And that's happened zilch for Spurs.
So mobile, isn't he?
So, was there actually any questions, or was it all just pro Ajax chat?
It was all pro Ajax. I was just giving you a summary.
I might have to go Steve McLaren in a minute.
Peter's asked.
Here we go. There's a chance. I mean, I say a chance. They're still in their own half.
This is the closest they've got so
far. All looking at from
Llorente.
No.
Oh dear, Fernando, come on,
mate. Tottenham's key creator, Fernando Llorente.
Yeah. Can we just ask Kieran, how the hell did you lose to this Spurs team, mate?
They did have Son, didn't they?
Just football, innit?
Just football, innit?
Fair enough.
Anyone's game.
No, I feel a bit sorry for Spurs at the moment.
Why?
Because I quite like to see that they are the one English team who I actually don't want to.
They're the least offensive English team out of the top 4 or 5.
We can't agree with that.
It's the hardest to dislike Spurs out of all the other top teams.
Really? That's so easy.
Because you're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. You don't even know why you hate them. You just know you're supposed to.
Yeah. I can't know.
I think there's probably a bit of jealousy at the moment from Arsenal point of view. But
yeah, we should be there.
Yeah.
Should be us.
I mean, that's
partly why I want to see them do well as well, because seeing you two if Spurs won the Champions League,
I'd be the worst thing ever.
Oh my God,
George would actually have to book a week off.
He would.
He would. I don't know if he's
actually. They just nicked
hello.
A little fight.
Danny Rose is off.
He was raising a fist there for a second.
Send him off.
I don't know if George could process those emotions, to be honest. I think he'd actually just like.
You can tell he's feeling the pressure as well at the moment.
Handball,
Dele.
Get your VR out!
Go on then, Dave. Spread the play.
Get your VR out.
VR, virtual reality. Get it out. Get your headset out.
Well, that would make VAR so much better. If the ref did it from a VR set.
Just goes like that and he goes, here we go.
Yeah, someone like a physio has to bring it on.
Here we go, he's in here.
Let's play Neres. Neres racing down the right there. We've got two Ajax bodies in the box.
Oh, no.
Might have won a corner though.
Hello.
God, little cameraman's having a dig.
Yeah, it's
Ajax are breaking so easy. Like I've not seen a team use the space like the only team that used the space better than Ajax. I've only watched them for 20 minutes. Is Manchester City. It is that sort of play, isn't it? They are ripping Spurs apart here.
Yeah,
look at this. This was.
Oh look! Oh.
He was holding on to Rose.
That's half and half.
Yeah, it's fine. Right, go on. Let's have some questions because I think we're all a bit taken aback here by the opening 20 minutes and getting a bit rambly.
Yeah, it's been good. Peter says, what do you guys think of the Ajax Barcelona youth agreement that they have?
Which is?
I don't know.
So following the De Jong transfer, which they're going to get a pretty penny from, it looks like around 150, doesn't it? Ajax now get first option. They're not going to be sent players like a feeder club, but they get first option on certain youngsters, and it's been touted that the likes of Elena might join them, and Elena's been put forward as the next Iniesta, someone who's ready for first team football now, but because Barcelona have
hold
about...
on. This is Ajax. This is Barca players going the other way. Do you mean?
Yeah, Barca players going to Ajax. So Ajax pretty much send us your promising youngsters. You know, it might have been like, do you remember when Bojan went to the Eredivisie and ripped it up for a season? It's good like that, but maybe on a more consistent basis. I think Barcelona are quite choosy about who they loan their stars to, anyway, future stars to anyway, aren't they? So it suits both teams. I'd be all for it as a Barcelona, as a Barcelona and an Ajax fan, to be honest.
This is ridiculous.
Here we go! Oh my God! It should be 2-0. Good save from Hugo Lloris.
That was such good play.
Should have scored.
You should have squared
Greedy.
it.
I mean, you're a kind of a proxy Barcelona fan. What do you make of the agreement, McCubs?
Yeah, I mean, it's not overly surprising. I think there's been a kind
square that.
He's got square.
Yeah, he does.
So
I mean, equally, I don't know if that goes through. He does square it, but probably a better chance. But I'd say, I think there's been a kind of de facto agreement between them for years. There hasn't there? Like, look at the amount of talent that's gone between Barca and Ajax. But yeah, I think it is positive. I think it is positive for both. It obviously would probably give Barca kind of a first refusal on a lot of their stars. Obviously, De Ligt may well go there in the summer as well. That's pretty scary.
Umtiti, Piqué, Lenglet.
I mean, Umtiti would probably have to go, wouldn't he? But still,
all taken.
Yeah, I think it's I can see why fans of rival clubs would be a little bit put off by it, because it is just it could help to assert Barca's dominance for years to come. It's pretty crazy how they've ridden the kind of the kind of storm of, I don't know, like a slightly transitional period in the last few years. Still, won the last two La Ligas, and
despite winning a double, people still see it as a transitional period. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And now, and not to mention the fact that Real Madrid have had one of their strongest sides in years, in the last few years as well. And now they're actually rebuilding their midfield to be, maybe kind of nearly as good as what it was with Xavi and Iniesta in the kind of Pep days. So they've kind of gone through a slight. Would you call it? There you go, and that's what Llorente's on the pitch to do.
I mean, before Kieran Trippier took that free kick, I was going to say this is the sort of opportunity as a Spurs fan. They don't necessarily have to take it, but if they can kind of sniff out a vulnerability, if they get Llorente sort of
literally no one
carving out chances at the very least.
Why is Daley blind on Llorente and De Ligt is like about 5 yards behind?
But no one's marking him. You can see exactly why.
Right, I'm not being funny. He should at least hit the target.
Yeah. He has to, doesn't he? He has to. But I can't remember what I was saying about Barcelona and Ajax. But it just looks like this agreement will only strengthen Barcelona in years to come.
Yeah. And PSV will have to form some sort of agreement with Real Madrid or PSG, won't they, just to counteract it at the summit of the Eredivisie. But it's a good question. We got any more, Ate? Or have you got an opinion on it?
Examples of other clubs doing this? It's like the first of its kind.
You've had agreements in between clubs. You have feeder clubs, don't you? But it's not quite in the same vein of, the biggest team in the Netherlands. And one of the biggest teams in Europe.
Do you think
like Chelsea and Vitesse. And Vitesse have improved a lot in the Eredivisie. They're like a top 6, top 8 side. But it's rare that two top dogs, like two apex teams in a league, have an agreement. I think Celtic have a feeder club in like Mexico. Who's Manchester United?
Royal Antwerp. Arsenal as well, of course. Yeah, Robin van Persie.
Arsenal. Oh yeah. Your City's feeder club, aren't you? Zing.
Southampton and Liverpool.
I'll tell you something. Man City pay for our stadium, mate. So we'll take that.
But to be fair, I guess kind of modern example of kind of a feeder club, a kind of unofficial feeder club would, I guess, be Girona and Manchester City in terms of kind of Pep's links.
Even then, Girona have only just come up. They came up against the odds. They're a very small, regional team. Like, no one steeped in history openly says we'll be the feeder club of another top team. It is weird, but it's kind of one of the few examples where it makes sense. Like, I don't even question it really.
It's
just kind of logical.
From a kind of purist point of view as well. It's kind of
the Barcelona.
Is there two teams that have a philosophy that is so aligned to other teams?
Especially not in kind of across countries, across borders. Definitely not.
But just in terms of this agreement, so will they be Ajax players then, or will they still be Barca players? Because if they're still Barca players, I don't really see the benefit in Ajax.
Barca players.
Yeah, loaning Barca players and loaning back.
So they'll loan their Barca at the minute, like McCubbin says, I think they're still deciding who they want to be. Like, this hasn't been a vintage Barca side. It's been a Barca side largely bailed out by 31-year-old Messi, like, yet again. So I think on their current roster, they've got about 10 midfielders, haven't they? Yeah. And they're like a mixture of styles, like an Arturo Vidal, and then you've got Arthur.
It's an old midfield as well.
Yeah,
I've been aside from
Rakitic is still, very important to this Valverde system, and then who else? There's a plethora of names in there. Like Coutinho's not even getting a game. So they're still deciding who they want to be, really. So it's. I think there's going to be some good talent there to pinch. So the youngsters aren't getting a chance, basically.
Okay. All right.
That's been a problem with La Masia for a long time, hasn't it? You probably know a bit more about that than me, but I think Elena's maybe the first person to score a goal from a competitive start in a long time, whereas Ajax have had an academy graduate in their side for at least 1,500 games or something stupid. So you'd imagine it's not going to affect their youngsters.
Yeah. And I think in terms of Ajax's strength in general, I mean, if they obviously they sold Frankie for huge money. Yeah. I think they're going to be set for years to come as well. I think if they can collect the kind of money they did for Frankie, or even half of that for their other stars,
ridiculous.
They're clearly good at investing. Clearly, Van der Sar and Overmars have a very good thing going. If they can, loan Barca's kind of the creme de la creme from La Masia for the next, for years to come as well. Just to kind of
that's a yellow
at least.
That's a yellow. Awful challenge. Awful. They go nowhere either. Tagliafico, what's he doing?
It's not great.
He's absolutely taken Dave Jackson out there big time.
That's a great tackle.
That's a bit of you in the cage, isn't it?
Yeah.
You lost a yard of pace, so you just give
him a kick in it.
We went to a charity football do with people we work with, and Dave Jackson was still booting them into Rose Egg. Unreal.
You have to let them know you're there, don't you? So
they knew you were there.
Fair enough. Was that Rainbow Laces campaign? Do you remember? Anyway. So free kick for
raining all night.
Free kick for Spurs, and
same sort of position as last time.
And again, maximise the chances from a deep free kick. They've sent 5 people up. So
it's the Pochettino way, isn't
marked
it?
Again, Llorente.
The size of number 4, he's ridiculous.
Llorente's massive.
He's not even that tall, the Luke.
He's not even run into the box.
It's just one.
Oh, here we go.
Gosh,
Llorente!
Anana did not know where he was then.
Yeah, 2 Spurs players are down there.
I think they've taken each other out, haven't they? Unless Anana just killed 2 of them.
That's a perfect. Oh shit! His nose is split across his face. I was about to say something really bad.
Is that Vertonghen?
I don't know, but his nose is split across his face.
Ouch! He doesn't look in a good way at all. There, actually.
An elbow straight to the nose.
Oh, I think it was more the head of Alderweireld.
Was it Vertonghen? Yeah,
it was more the head of
Alderweireld going into Vertonghen?
Oh, I didn't really see what happened there.
That's the back of his head.
His nose is
back of Alderweireld's head, and then he's taking one to the lumbar.
You know what? I'm saying that looks worse than it is.
Yeah.
It's just
blood.
It's just spraying him in the eye. I mean, it's a brave shout, but I think it's just the nose. Yeah. It is just.
Oh, he's having a go at him. No, he's not. He's
sounds a bit.
Look, close-up of Van der Beek stealing the water. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually very tight. That Van der Beek goal.
Did you see Kieran Trippier's arms come out there like, I know I've just played you onside. Guilt-ridden. Let's have a couple of questions while Vertonghen's on the deck, because hopefully he'll be able to continue, because we've seen the defensive options on the bench. I like Van Foyth, but against an Ajax side that's this good off the ball, I do worry about his positioning. But what are you saying?
Yeah, next question is from Jordan Downey, who says, will De Jong hit the ground running at Barca in the same way that Arthur did at Barcelona? What do you reckon?
If he gets integrated to the first team straight away, then why not? Like he's that midfield with Arthur and Busquets is cut out for Frankie to thrive in. So I don't see why he wouldn't. It just depends whether Valverde is willing to integrate him straight away. But I mean, for that kind of money, you kind of have to at Barcelona.
That's the thing, right? If you're Barca and like you basically want him to be the heart of your team for the next 10 years, you play him now, right? Yeah. You want, even if there might be the odd mistake as he kind of adjusts to the pace of the league. Even though it's probably about the same as the Dutch league. I think you put him in there, even though there might be a few mistakes, but you kind of have to accept that.
Who does he come at the cost of at the moment? Because
that's a nasty.
That's a deep cut. Big old gash there. Who does he come in at the cost of? Busquets at the moment, like Rakitic. I mean, the fans would probably opt for Rakitic, but we know Valverde loves him. Busquets probably needs to be phased out. There'll be riots if he's outright replaced.
Yeah, of course.
And he's not had. I don't know if he's had the best season. I mean, by his lofty standards. But the positive is that I don't think they thought Arthur would assimilate as quickly as he has after moving from Gremio. He's been brilliant every time I've watched him. But who do you replace in that team? Because they're only going to play 4-3-3, aren't they?
Yeah, no, it's a difficult one. I think, perhaps you don't start him every game, but you definitely give him a decent amount of minutes.
million ready to go now. Like, a hard decision are going to have to be made, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, in the one worry I have is that Valverde's not been phased by big fees.
Sticking to his
Coutinho hasn't been given enough game time. As Dembele, even when he has been fit, arguably hasn't been given enough game time.
Accused of making very conservative, dull substitutions as well, isn't he?
Oof.
Yeah,
that's the angle.
It's a weird one. He just spat that as well.
See that lump of blood as well.
Ooh.
Did you see the Leicester Arsenal game the other day when Ben Chilwell was allowed to carry on?
Shouldn't have allowed, should he?
That thing, straight away. That was absolutely crazy.
Because isn't it the rule now where it's actually the doctor's responsibility? He has to say no, you're not.
He makes the final call,
rather than the player.
Was that a thing that was brought in after the whole after the Mourinho thing?
Might have been Ryan Mason or
or
maybe even Petr Cech. I'm not sure. Maybe not as far back as that.
It's Sonny.
Look at the lid on him, man.
Yeah, great.
No comment. Right.
Typical.
Questions?
Yes, a lot of people are asking about Van der Beek, where he can go in the summer. People are saying a good replacement for Aaron Ramsey at Arsenal.
I love him.
He's probably the one that people aren't really honing in on.
Yeah.
And arguably is as talented, or has been as crucial to this side as anyone. Van der Beek, where could he go? All action, maybe attack-minded midfielder.
Look at them Ajax fans. Sorry, look at them Ajax.
Travelling Dutch fans are absolutely superb, aren't they? It's a really good question. I mean, you take him at Arsenal, would you?
Yeah.
I mean, looking at your squad, let's just take 5 minutes to talk about the state of your team.
Well, I think the next 4, potentially 5 games,
4 or 5 transfer windows.
So the next 4 or 5 games are probably the most important in Arsenal's recent history, because if we can scrape into the Champions League,
no chance.
What do you mean? We can win the bloody Europa League.
You'd have got Champions League football. You just won 1 of the last 3.
Look, let's not
start.
Well, yes, but we are still with a sniff. If all we have to do is better Chelsea's results, they've got to go to Leicester, and I think they've got another, and they've got to go to Watford as well, right?
Leicester's a trick. Watford's at home. Watford's at Stamford Bridge, but Leicester's away, and that is tricky. You're right.
And we are playing Brighton and Burnley away. We always win at we always win at Burnley. All right, so that's 6 points. Yeah.
Koscielny will handball it, won't he?
Pop up the sank. All right. So I think Arsenal Unai with Champions League money is a completely different prospect, and the calibre of player that we can attract it will all depend on whether or not we are playing in Europe's big table next season.
I don't even blame. Do you blame Unai Emery?
I think he's done a good job. I really do. I don't think you can the one game I do blame him for was the Crystal Palace one, because that was absolutely ridiculous. You're going to start Cole Jenkinson. What's going on there? It's all kicking off.
It is all kicking off.
So it looks like Vertonghen's coming back on the pitch. Tottenham have been playing with 10 men at current.
Is he going to speak to the doctor to make sure that he's completely well?
The referee looks like he's consulting the physio,
which is good.
Bring VAR in on the.
I actually quite like this referee. He looks like a Pez referee, doesn't he? He looks like a bit of a bad
default referee.
Yeah.
The eye movement. There's not really any colour in his eyes.
Extremely good referee in there.
Very generic.
That's good. Yeah. That's the word, generic.
Yeah. But
Jan the goat.
Jan the goat. No one's ever said that.
Rolls off the tongue. That does.
The greatest Spurs player of all time, is he?
Unreal. What are we saying?
Yeah, the one game I do blame for was the Crystal Palace one, because the fact he started Jenkinson and the way that it was just ridiculous. Al Nini. It's like, as you say, all we had to do was get one win.
We were too confident at home.
The most recognisable face against Leicester on the bench was, apart from Koscielny, who came on eventually, was Mavropanos.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well,
who 4 of the players were. But
I'll tell you who's a cheat, that Maddison. Little scumbag.
All right.
Well,
it's his bloody teammate.
I mean, he's a bloody good player. He's created the most chance in the Premier League this season.
He's a cheat.
So I think he was anticipating contact. Why do you
have to little roll around?
Who did he? So Maitland-Niles got sent off.
So like the first one was definitely yellow. No argument.
I completely agree.
But the second one, there's no need for the rolling about. It's your teammate.
Yeah. What, England?
England 21s. He actually said to me, "Yeah, I was naughty."
Yeah. No.
He's
all fairs in love war. Oh my god.
Oh god. I hope he's okay. He's not looking good.
Oh, that's
that doctor needs bollocking for that.
But that actually looks very worrying.
They attempted to even bring him back on.
Yeah.
Like,
why are we still doing this?
I do
hope he's
to see actually.
Yeah, touch wood, because that wasn't nice to witness, was it at all? Well, we hope that Jan Vertonghen, wish him a speedy recovery, because that did not look good as he headed down the tunnel. Hopefully, he's just struggling to get his bearings after taking a bit of a bash to the head.
I'll try and change it back to Arsenal again. So, despite that, Leicester played particularly well.
Here we go.
Come on, Lucas Moura. No one cares.
Go on. That was a good play from Moura there.
Good save.
Sorry, who just came on for
Sissoko?
Sissoko, bloody hell.
See, that's where you should use that Llorente.
So I guess they're going properly to a back four now.
Yeah.
You'd expect, right?
You'd imagine so.
He's done well to keep up.
So where Wanyama and Sissoko on? So it's Danny Rose, Alderweireld, Sanchez. He's got Trippier at right back.
Yeah, so he's got
4-2-3-1. What, Dele Alli?
Or a diamond maybe?
Free kick to Ajax.
It's tough. They're going to have to reshuffle the pack, aren't they? So they've got Wanyama and Sissoko, I guess, as a double pivot. Yeah. You've got Dele Alli in the middle, Lucas Moura down the right. Who's down the left? Who are we missing? Who are we missing?
Llorente's up top.
It'll be Llorente up top, Lucas Moura maybe on one flank, Dele Alli on the other.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Eriksen we're forgetting.
Eriksen maybe on the left.
Eriksen maybe on
the right.
Either on the right or left. But either way, it looks like Eriksen's kind of.
I think that's in some ways a better shape than what they had before, though. Like I do think they need more bodies in midfield, and I think Sissoko provides them with a bit more mobility.
I suppose. That might be the kind of shape they adopted away from home. To be playing like a double pivot with Sissoko and Wanyama at this point, you're not going to create many chances. I mean, spot kicks might be their best.
I think the thing is that despite how poor Spurs have played, if they can get into half-time, only 1-0, Pochettino can get them sorted, get them, okay, let's re-get the shape, let's go, exactly how we're going to play, and then they might have to come out a little bit different in the second half. But I think if they go in with 2, they're done.
Well, Pochettino's been brilliant at is kind of masking the flaws of this Spurs side personnel-wise with his system, with his now. So hopefully they come out like you said, a bit of a different beast. But not looking good for them at the moment. How many open play chances have they created?
Not real chances. You got like the header from Llorente, but other than that.
But that wasn't open play, was it?
That was from a free kick.
I don't think they've created any open play chances.
Lucas Moura looks a little bit at it.
Yeah.
Come on,
oi! Look at that from Moura. Oh, that was a good
play.
One, man.
Good initiative.
Good play.
Temps, we got any more questions?
Yes, we do. This one's from JSP0510. Will someone sign Ziyech this summer? And if so, what would be the best club for him to transfer to?
A lot of people have been saying Tottenham, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
I think anyone who needs a bit of a hybrid kind of number 10 come wide man, isn't it? I don't. That forward line at Ajax is so interchangeable, isn't it? It's so fluid. Like Dusan Tadic, kind of where does he play? It's not really defined position. Have you got any shouts, boys? I mean, Ziyech, I guess would you take him at Arsenal, 100%. David? And Temps?
There is a whole shopping list I'll take at Arsenal.
That right hand side in particular for you, though, right? Because Ozil, if he comes back into the side,
I think the thing with our wide players at the moment, they're more central midfielders that have been asked to play out wide, which is not great at all, really. Because
Mkhitaryan.
Don't get me started on Mkhitaryan.
We met him at an Adidas event. Lovely bloke.
Did you?
Yeah, love. Got had time for a little snap, had a little word.
My biggest frustration with him is before this last international break, he was on fantastic form.
He gave you one good month.
He had a very good month.
And then he came back after international duty.
Oh my God! Neres is gas as well. So is Sanchez. Good.
You brought him down.
That's good from Sanchez. Good powers of recovery. That's shoulder to shoulder. Neres has been out strengthened there.
What's going on? Has he stopped it?
No, surely not.
He should have.
That was a great ball.
He's off. He's off there.
Dusan Tadic just meant every last second.
He was well off.
Wow.
So even if this is going to be called back VAR because he was well off.
No. That's all right. Did it just go out of play? Or is it? He might have been flagged for offside, you're right. It did come back, didn't it? unless Hugo Lloris just took a goal kick
Yeah.
when that replay was on.
imagine so,
Hakim Ziyech. I mean, there's a lot of Bayern could do a lot worse than Hakim Ziyech. They're looking to replace some like generational wide talent, aren't they? And Robin and Ribery. I don't think. I'm thinking of like Juventus, PSG, and Napoli. They're probably set, aren't they?
Napoli, it wouldn't be a bad shout for Napoli, actually.
Fabian Ruiz. Who else have they got? Mertens are still want to line up out wide. Maybe to replace like Callahan.
Yeah, or like, I mean, obviously they lost Hamsik, didn't they, last summer?
They love
left,
yeah, they do.
But
Manchester United, desperate for someone on the right. He's probably not your man.
Maybe United. I think I'd rather go for a classic winger, to be honest, at United. But yeah,
Jadon Sancho's the man for United, isn't he? That just makes sense to me.
But I think it'll be interesting because he was touted to leave last summer, wasn't he? And it was actually a bit of a surprise that he stayed at Ajax. Maybe the fact that he didn't have the strongest World Cup maybe counted against him. Maybe he got a bit kind of lost in the kind of sea of kind of talents being snapped up as a result of that. But I think he's after De Ligt, I think he's the most likely to go this summer. Just considering is he 25 now? He's getting to that point where it's kind of like if he's going to leave the Eredivisie, he may as well strike while the iron's hot.
Especially in his position, right, where your pinnacle is probably between 25 and 28. As a wider man, you're
for sure.
Central creative force. I think one of those destinations then. We'd be great if it was a Premier League. I think Tottenham.
Nice passing from Ajax.
It's so nice, isn't it?
It's so good to watch.
Would they be willing to shell out? It'd probably require 40-50 to prize him out of Ajax. I think, because they've got such good money for De Jong and they're going to get such good money for De Ligt that they can afford to put a bit of a premium on their other players like Dusan Tadic, like Hakim Ziyech, to kind of scare people off because they don't need to generate money, do they? Want to keep these guys, but then everyone's available for the right price, aren't they? And that might be that they drive. If they say if Mahrez is worth 75, then Ziyech's worth something in that region. But Dele Alli's been a bit non-existent. I'm a bit sorry for him. But yeah, like you say, pass him to death. Any other shouts for where Ziyech should go? I say Ziyech.
Ziyech, either way.
Go on then, Temps. Yeah, it's all good.
What, next question?
Yeah, mate.
This
5 minutes of added. I guess that's for the Tongan thing, isn't it?
This is from Phoenix Plays. He says, where do you think De Ligt will go? Barcelona or Liverpool? They're the main two links, aren't they?
I think
what was saying,
imagine him at Liverpool with that back.
I don't want to.
That would be
absolutely frightening. Him and Van Dijk.
Yeah,
so horrible.
The distance between second and third would be sticking over 10 points on it if they're going after that calibre of player still.
That would be the kind of signing that would maybe turn Liverpool into favourites for a title.
Firstly, how much do you think he would actually be worth, De Ligt?
Going to a Prem club, I reckon he'd be worth 100 mil.
They're going to get 120 easily for a month. I mean,
is it going to be 120?
Isn't it 150 for De Jong?
No, 75 for De Jong.
Mil, yeah.
Just 75?
Just 75, yeah.
Oh, so I might be thinking of the combined De Jong, De Ligt deal that's floated way back when. I've been touting that price all night as well. Yeah. Do you think his stock's gone up since those PSG rumours in Jan?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the Champions League, imagine if he got to the Champions League final. If they won, stick another 20 on it,
yeah.
I think McCubbin is right, probably close to 100. But Liverpool have shown they're willing to shell that out now, aren't they?
I feel that's an area that they've got Gomez, and I think
lovely little flick from Daley.
Look at this from your red tate!
Fernando!
That's that voice. That's your DJ voice.
Yeah, that is his DJ voice.
Inside.
Oh man, Harry Kane would have put at least one of those chances away, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I think he would at least worked the keeper, wouldn't he?
Well, Harry Kane in this sort of situation drops back into midfield and is actually a fantastic passer. So, whereas Llorente, he's
already been booked. This fella, he needs to be careful.
This is like
it's the worst time to get booked at the start of a semi-final because it's like you can get sent off the second leg,
you didn't really do anything wrong there,
or you'll probably get a yellow card in the second leg and miss the final.
Lovely little flick.
That's ridiculous from Dele Alli, man.
That is really good.
Another free kick in a promising position. Come on then.
Same angle again.
Come on then, Fernando. Step it up.
Oh, here we go.
Hello.
That's way better. Trying to do the old cheeky.
I know, he has to retake it, does he?
The ref wasn't ready.
He wasn't.
The old Pez referee.
Yeah.
What was his name on Pez? Pennyfeather or something. I can't remember. Something Pennyfeather. I'm going to call him Pennyfeather for a mirror on him.
Did they ever have the actual ref in the? What's the?
Well, they had Kalina on the.
Yeah,
they had Kalina on the front. He must have been in 3 where he was on the cover. I feel.
Are you sure? I don't ever remember.
Because he was on that. He was on the cover.
Oh!
What about?
Oh, no, another decent headed opportunity.
That's definitely their best chance so far, isn't it?
Yeah, considering like the ability of the defensive personnel, like that's a decent line. Like they've not picked up players very well.
Yeah, it's been Blind every time.
Yeah, Blind.
They've been targeting.
I was going to say that might be harking back to your point about Blind and his kind of where his inefficiencies are.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's just not really his job, is it? I mean, they should. Just
he's just literally watching him head the ball there like that. So,
I think they probably need to, considering where they're putting the balls, and needs to be placing De Ligt in that area.
What if you could take, not Harry Kane, one player who's starting tonight from this Tottenham squad and stick him in Arsenal? Who'd it be? Starting tonight, so you can't have Son, you can't have Harry Kane.
Look at that from Sissoko. I think you'd have Sissoko, would you not?
I think probably Eriksen.
Yeah, Eriksen.
Yeah, as your number 10.
Yeah.
What would Mesut Ozil do? So you'd bring him in over Mesut? You'd play him over Mesut
back injury.
I don't wish that upon him, mate.
Unless, maybe like...
he just always has one.
Yeah, true.
Maybe like a Vertonghen potentially as well, because we need to strengthen them centre-halves as well.
Yeah, if I could take Davinson Sanchez at United.
Yeah, actually, we need someone defensive. Take that.
It's actually mad that Socrates is your...
Go on.
Go!
He could have written himself into Tottenham history books there, couldn't he?
Folklore. Bloody folklore. Sissoko's meant business since he's come on. At least he's looked mobile. Has Victor Wanyama actually touched the ball? Has he played?
Oh, that would have been a Rente assist as well. Oh,
it was so wide.
It was so very, very wide. I thought it had just gone over.
Decent connection though.
Yeah.
And he's
that hit someone in the face?
He's absolutely assassinated someone in the crowd. I think like Socrates.
He's had a decent season.
But it's Socrates
half time
plus 1, isn't it?
It is mental. We're still relying on a 36-year-old Koscielny that, who he literally has to have an injection before every time he kicks the ball.
He's got no cartilage left.
It's not great.
No synovial fluid, mate.
Buddy Mustafi's. Oh, how is he still there?
How is he still a footballer?
Hey, come on! He did a personal mastermind. He's a good sport, isn't he? So, he's a friend of the channel and that.
Yeah, but
Bruce Muhammad Ali.
His jogging bottoms and flip flops will never be forgiven.
Yeah,
but
couldn't
even get that right, could he?
Pink joggers. Mate, this is personal mastermind. You treat a bit of respect, please. Turning up in pink joggers.
Not until he picks up his form, right?
I think that was just comfortable for Ajax. Apart from a couple of couple of free kicks.
Yeah. I mean, they're controlling the game, aren't they?
But menacing.
But I think the Spurs will be happy to go in just 1-0 down, and I think the Spurs they actually have looked better since reshaping and bringing Sissoko on.
Yeah, they had a few.
They just have a bit. I don't know.
There's someone
covering the space a bit more.
Yeah, there's someone disrupting that build-up a little bit more, isn't there? With Ajax is kind of Ajax have been very, very good just on the edge of Spurs' box, haven't they? Goodness, great, very good all over, to be honest. It's half time then, so let's get some quick fire questions.
Quick fire ones, yeah?
And if you're not subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button now. What are you? I know you're expecting the game.
All that, innit?
You've turned up as a non-subscriber. It's the 4 of us. You've heard David talk about pints and his feelings about James Maddison. You've heard Michael talking about, I don't know what you've been talking about.
I've just been talking.
Daley Blind.
And
how he should be back at United and be captain and be signing a 5-year deal.
He should be the technical director.
Yeah, why not?
Give him the job.
Dutch, isn't he? So he knows what he's doing. Let's have some questions and then Adam.
I've actually got a half-time treat for you, Chris.
I've heard about this.
A little bit different. I'm bringing. Been inspired by Peter Dorman. It's quiz time attempts. You can play along at home.
You can play along at home.
Section.
What a bloody joy!
Press the red button now.
This is like a hot potato question. So you guys will.
What are we going in order? Down the sofa?
Just chime in.
All right.
Okay, so can you name every player that has played for Ajax and Barcelona?
Ooh.
Okay.
Patrick Kluivert.
Bang.
Overmars.
Yep. Johan Cruyff.
Nice.
Yep.
You're about to say no there, weren't you?
I was waiting for you to say that then. Risinger.
Risinger, very good,
yes.
yeah.
Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Good.
Yes.
Overmars.
Yes.
Who else? There's another defender.
There's a lot, isn't there? Hullet.
Edgar Davids.
Edgar Davids, yes.
Cillessen. Jasper Cillessen.
Great shout.
Jasper Cillessen, yep.
Jordi Cruyff? Did he go to Barca for a bit?
I think he did he not?
Cruyff?
Johan Cruyff. Have we said Johan? Did we say Jordi before Johan?
Not Yuri, no. Not Yuri.
There's got to be a few more, definitely.
If you've only just tuned in, players that have played for both Barca and Ajax, get them in the comments below. Submit them to Temps, quiz time with Temps. Okay, so what have we got?
There's another big one in there.
I'll be honest, I don't know who you've said, but...
Edgar Davids.
Edgar Davids.
Edgar Davids has been said by by Jackson.
By Jackson in the end. Okay, good man.
God.
I think Rising is about as outlandish as I get. Philip Cocu.
Or was he just PSV?
Philip Cocu, no.
What about Laudrup?
Laudrup, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Good one.
I don't know if the fans are enjoying this.
Or was he just PSV as well?
Huh?
Was Ronald Koeman one, or was he just
Koeman
PSV?
was one.
Yes!
There we go.
Come on, Michael.
That's a good one. That's
needed that.
I'll tell you something, he managed both, Louis van Gaal.
Very true, yeah.
Nice.
Comments are going mad.
What about that night?
Who else has managed?
Clarence Seedorf? No, he didn't play for Barcelona. He didn't play for
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Stupid.
Real.
I'm disappointed myself.
I'm disappointed in you.
There's a very obvious one that you'll kick yourselves over. There's actually two obvious ones you've got.
What, from the
Luis Suarez!
Luis
Suarez.
From like the modern era?
Yeah.
What, is he in their team now, the other one?
No, he isn't.
Okay.
He's a bit of a journeyman though.
Otto Vidal, did he start?
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yes.
Nice. With Suarez.
How many have we got left?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
Bring Dorman back.
Afellay.
Ibrahim Afellay we've got from Sam.
We'll have that.
Sam Coffey from VYB behind the scenes.
Yes.
If you're not subscribed to VYB, then it's on one of our preferred channels.
You're missing another very obvious one as well.
Oh.
I'm so smug about it, mate.
Actually, yeah.
I'm trying to think of, is he an attacker or is he a midfielder?
Go on, give us a little clue.
I'll give you a clue. He's very close to the last person you said. That wasn't Coffey.
Maxwell.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't.
That
was fantastic.
That was leaving nothing.
I tell you, what the last two. Try and get the last two, and if you get one, you'll get the other. That's your only clue.
Are they from like Cruyff's era? Who went Neeskens?
Is Neeskens on there?
Surely Neeskens.
Yes, Neeskens on there, but that's not the one I was talking about. There's two more if you can get.
What era?
God, I don't even know.
Oh. Premium content.
I'm trying to think of Van Gaal's Barcelona actually, who actually played for them.
Has anyone got in the comments? So we've got two players left to get. Quiz time with Templeman.
They've got it in the comments.
Barca,
how about Romario?
Ajax.
No, it's PSV.
it was PSV.
Ronaldo. Yeah. Oh no.
No, it was PSV.
Oh yeah, of course. Again.
I'll give you another clue. You'll get it if I give you this clue. They're brothers.
The ball.
Yeah.
The
Ball brothers. Everyone's going mad at them.
Frank.
And people are saying De Jong, but he doesn't actually count.
Not yet.
Who doesn't count?
Frankie De Jong.
Frankie De Jong. Oh, did you give him his? Give him his.
Okay, this next question is a tricky one, but this is for the Spurs fans. Can you name the Spurs squad the last time they won a trophy, which was 2008?
2008.
Robbie Keane.
Yeah, it was the League
Paul
Cup,
Robinson.
League Cup final.
Ledley King.
Jermaine Defoe.
Jonathan Woodgate.
Paul Robinson. Oh no, we said that. Berbatov. Was he there? No, I think he'd gone to United.
This is another Juan de Ramos, wasn't
it?
David Bentley.
Yes.
David Bentley.
Yeah, that's correct. He was there.
That is right.
He wasn't there.
Oh no, maybe he was just about to go
that was when they
for
got Champions League, didn't they?
How
about Wilson Palacios?
No, it was before Champions.
Yunus Kabul.
Yunus Kabul.
It wasn't the Champions League era Spurs. That was like 2 years before Van der Vaart and all that, wasn't it? It's not.
2008. 2008 before Harry Redknapp.
Jermaine Defoe.
Jermaine Defoe, yes.
Just before they flirted with relegation.
Chorluka. Vedran Chorluka, fullback. No.
What about Ziegler or Ziegler?
Ziegler. No.
Christian Ziegler.
Michael Dawson.
Michael Dawson.
Yeah, good shout. Surely.
Surely,
no.
Really?
That's disappointing.
How about Stephen Carr?
Was Brad Friedel their second keeper by then?
Are we going squad? Get your answers in the comments below, please. Adam Templeman will be reading a couple of victorious people.
Get your questions in as well.
Tom Huddleston was on the bench, yes. For that game.
Oh.
So it was actually...
It was the League Cup final against Chelsea.
In the squad,
Okay, in the squad that day. Look at this play from Ajax. Who else? Spurs. Who played for Spurs back then?
I think I've done too many of them.
Thinking of right backs.
Yeah, I think we give ourselves another couple of minutes, then we'll take some questions or move on to the next question.
You're missing my favourite inclusion here.
Oh yeah,
the squad. Personal mastermind legend.
Mido.
No.
Oh.
Ooh, good shout there.
It's a very good shout.
What other person was legends are
I can't think.
Gota. No, he didn't do it, did we?
When you say legend,
He's a legend in my eyes.
what, from Personal Mastermind?
Yeah.
Ryan
Just
Mason.
In general,
Mason.
no.
They really do Ryan Mason. Harry Winks was probably about
No.
12. Who we done that was in the squad?
Can we just
Jimmy
check
Bullard.
You'll kick yourself.
Jimmy Bullard, yeah.
Can we just check on Twitter that he's actually alright, Vertonghen?
Yeah, the time, because that was nasty, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
would actually. Personal Master. I'm just thinking Personal Masterminds now. Matt Doherty.
People are literally yelling answers in the comments.
Nate, read out a few names of people that got it correct, so they're actually participating in some way. shape, or
Okay,
form.
brilliant. Let's go. Go on, think amongst yourselves.
Personal Mastermind legend.
Darren
Bent.
Yes.
Darren Bent.
Yes,
Bent.
lots of people say that.
There you go.
Who cares?
Did people get that when you said
Yes.
Personal Mastermind legend? Because if they watched Darren Bent Personal Mastermind,
I
fair
think
play
they
to
were
you.
getting it before. Yes, Cameron, you got that one right. Yes, mate.
Well done, Cameron. You know,
They got Cameron.
Big up Cameron.
smashed it, mate.
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Javier as well, you got that
Is
one right.
Cameron a Spurs fan? Because if he is, I'm
What
taking
are we
it back.
missing here? So, hold on, you're missing an obvious one. Midfielder.
Carrick
English.
wasn't there. Scott Parker.
No.
No? No.
Midfielder.
Midfielder
Defender,
English.
French, another one you're missing.
Yunus Kabul.
You've
You
said it.
already.
Oso Akoto, whatever his name was.
Just so Cotty, that's not bad.
That's okay. That was a good effort from
no.
you.
Chimbonda.
Chimbonda.
Chimbonda. Oh, legend.
So many people are saying Chimbonda.
Yeah, that's the right back I was thinking of.
Wasn't he
a
going to
Wigan.
give up football for porn at one point? Oh no, that was
That's
Asu
another-
Koto,
that's for
not
another-
Pascal.
that's for another day.
blasphemy. The English midfielder, we haven't got him yet, no?
No, English midfield, very obvious.
Oh,
Bale, I mean he's Welsh.
No,
but
Simon Davis. Was Simon Davis
Simon
there?
Davis also
He's
Welsh.
Welsh, but yeah.
no, British at this point.
Shout out to Jack, got that one right.
English midfielder.
English.
Carrick!
No, Carrick wasn't there, man.
Ah,
At that
good
point. But like,
Darren Anderton.
I think there's two English midfielders you missed. I don't know if you've said the second one. So many names ago. Really.
Oh, was he an England international at the time? Oh, Jermaine Genus.
Jermaine
obviously.
Genus, yes.
Jermaine
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who got
He
it.
could have, you know,
There's
if
a lot
only
of
he'd,
people.
if only he'd been, you know, played for United.
Go on, who got
or
Janus?
Arsenal,
Couple of
give him
names,
the greatest,
give him a nod.
It was Javier who got that one. I read that one out.
Sonny Snow.
Jack got that one right.
Should we get Sonny on the phone?
Sean got that one right.
Let's get Sonny's dad post-match analysis on voice. on
We'd have to, you know, we'd have to cut the stream, wouldn't we? Because it just wouldn't be.
Final one then. Who was the manager?
Juan de Ramos.
Yeah.
We mentioned him before,
Mentioned?
didn't we? Yeah, we just.
Okay, my bad.
I think you might have even mentioned him. To be
Yeah.
fair.
Did I?
Name Juan de Ramos' Spurs team from 2008. I think that's what you said, mate.
I definitely didn't say that.
All right, go on. Let's have some audience questions then. That was good though, Tim. So I appreciate the extra effort.
Great
there.
shout, done it? Yeah, a lot of comments.
It was lovely, mate.
Drives engagement and all that. This next one will go for quick fire. These are all from our Discord, which Kieran will put into the live chat now. If you want to join it, our Discord. Yeah, he's gonna do that.
No real updates on the Vertonghen injury.
So these are all
it.
personal questions, so not football related.
Links coming soon.
Kieran's
Kieran's going looking for it now. So
first question is: who did you have a bad first impression of in the Football Daily team when you first met them?
oh, these are getting quite personal.
That's quite personal.
Bad first impression.
That's interesting.
Do you know what? At
actually.
first, I got on more so with Joe than I did with Pat at very first.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Pat used to lay into each other, sitting across the desk from each other, just going at it like cat and mouse.
That'll break hearts, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, not now. It's like the start of a beautiful friendship, but
it makes sense. Pat can be a tough nut to crack in some ways.
it can. Tough cookie.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Patrick McKeamy, if you remember him, mate. Shots a bit.
He's not even in the team anymore. Can I just call out Exley?
First impression of McCubbin was his interview was in a pub, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Over 2 beers and you know hadn't had dinner, so by the time I'd finished my third, I thought, lovely bloke, why not?
No.
Lovely fella.
Hire him on the spot.
Yeah. Cheers, boys. I was a bit weirded out by that whole experience. I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
We've
It
never
was a
done
bit weird.
anything like that before or since.
Yeah.
I don't know what we did.
Very strange. I think maybe my impression of Joe was maybe a little bit like, I just thought he was just like totally just hyperactive, which he is. But I kind of thought that kind of defined him more. Whereas actually, when you kind of get to know him a bit better, he's actually more a kind of well-rounded guy. I'm pretty sure on my first day, I think you and Joe were both playing cricket in the office, and I was just like, "Is this what happens every day?" Like, and it was when we were in that office, which did have a kind of straight line down the middle, so it did allow for that. Yeah.
When you were sitting under mould.
Yeah. Well, I was sitting under mould as well. Oh, how times change.
Good times. They're like character, defining moments.
So was that before Joe was Influence of the Year, or what? Was that before, or was that after?
He was an influence of the year. He just no one knew it yet.
If he won though, that'd be like
it's amazing.
Hilarious.
Nice wicked,
that'd be so good.
I actually would love it. He's so funny.
I reckon if that's like towards the end of the ceremony, think how many like beers we'd have had by then, and if he wins the scene.
We have like a few like Amstels there. Yeah. Again, you send me a few bottles.
Today's sponsors.
Go on then. Next question.
Next one is what is your music guilty pleasure?
Oh, great question. Mine's Take That.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but
that's what Sonny put on his dating profile.
Yeah, but not like the new stuff. I'm talking like old school.
What 90s?
Forget where you're coming from.
You love like a ballad, don't
you? Yeah, I do. That was actually the last song at my wedding. Take That. Never
know. We wouldn't know, would we? Because we didn't come.
Well,
just invites us to the stag do, introduces us to all his friends, get on well with his friends, and he goes, "You're not coming to the wedding." So.
Well, if it would have been this July, then everyone would, because that was going to be a bit more local. But
fair enough. We enjoy the stag.
The stag was.
Go on then, Mike, because you've got quite an expansive musical taste.
Yeah, guilty pleasure.
I know. That's the thing. Is I
scout for girls.
I wouldn't. No, definitely not. I definitely. I don't know. I never call them guilty pleasures because they're just pleasures. But I mean, down the Take That route, Robbie Williams, one of the greatest British pop stars to have ever
hedonist,
released music. I can't really think of any others. I'm just gonna say Robbie Williams to be honest, because otherwise I'm in an R for loads.
I can't think of any.
If I'm absolutely rattled and Madonna Like a Prayer comes on, I'll be finding the nearest table to stand on for sure.
Yeah.
Bit of Pure Shores by All Saints. Robin.
That's not guilty.
Yeah, they're not guilty. They're just things that maybe I don't listen to normally, but when they come on, I get really
gets the feels.
Feel it deep in my plums, yeah.
Nice. Did anyone find the photo of me and Joe from before the game?
I haven't had a look, I'll be honest. I haven't got Twitter on the side, man.
Get on the FDFC Football Daily Reddit.
It's about to start, Temps. So you rattle through the rest of the questions?
Yeah, you want to go quick fire?
What about your guilty pleasure? What's yours?
Mine's probably like Korn.
Korn. Ooh.
What, something a bit harder?
Yeah, that's what I used to listen to when I was younger.
I didn't know that.
Music,
What, new metal?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Was this before your career as a MC?
Yeah, proper before that. I've had a musical journey.
Yeah, man.
That's quickly fire.
Alternative.
What's your favourite strand to film at Football Daily?
VFN. R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
That's a really difficult one actually. I think non-league vlogs is probably my favourite. It's definitely the most stressful, but it's the most rewarding. Otherwise, I don't know. One-on-one was really great to film. That was just a really good process of like researching and doing. In terms of like the day-to-day ones, I don't know. Like Stat Wars is pretty fun actually. Stat Wars is really fun. Very good episode between you and Bab earlier.
That's good, mate.
That's coming on Thursday, I believe.
Vintage diagonal view, that.
Drunk Stat Wars is my favourite.
Oh god, yeah.
The annual Drunk Stat Wars.
Love it.
Yeah,
what about you?
I think we've covered and summarised it pretty well. I really enjoyed Behind the Headlines. That was a really like a new experience, kind of extrapolating the most you can from a footballer. It's actually nice to be given the time to do that. Yes, that was always a laugh. Sunday vibes, a good Sunday vibes. Yeah, like even when Pato's bouncing, like when he's being positive, it's been a good episode. But if it's not, and you leave the pub and he just trudges off, then you're like, oh, there's an hour and a half down the pan. So, and now someone's got to edit 50 minutes of mediocre shite. So, maybe Stat Wars as well. Definitely not Continental Club. Anyway, what's the next question?
No. Chance for Spurs.
Oi, look, Rente. Oh no!
Oi Rente. Who's that? Who's Oi Rente?
Chance he puts in!
Don't think nothing would make me happier than seeing Llorente score like an all-time great goal, because that would have been a classic. That. Look at this.
An absolute.
Look at this touch.
Oh!
Oh my God! Oi!
If this ball here is better, then Ajax are in as well. Shambles.
Yeah. Great start to the second half.
Did we have any
45 minutes got?
Any last ones from Discord before we move on?
Yeah,
back to the game.
we can't waste these. Some of these are really good. If you were stuck on an island with one FD member, which one would you want it to be, and which one wouldn't you want it to be?
You should answer this because you didn't answer the best strength.
I think Zach, because Zach would keep you. Because Zach would keep, Zach is the nicest fella.
He's positive, isn't he?
Yeah, even when you got no food left, you haven't.
You could eat him.
Well, there is that as well.
Massive.
Zach, I think, would keep your spirits going. And I don't want to say who wouldn't because it's a bit harsh.
Nah, go on. Say it.
No, come on, don't say it.
I won't say that. But yeah, Zach, if I was stuck on an island.
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty popular choice, Zach, definitely.
This is a good start from Spurs.
I live with him. I wouldn't want to be stuck on an island.
Go on, Thames, what about you, mate?
If I was stuck on an island with someone, I'd say McCubbin. I'd be stuck with
Really?
him. Yeah. Well, I spent.
We have actually.
5 days.
He's judging you for picking him.
I spent the 5 days in the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, we looked hard for each other, didn't we?
I'd say I'd say would be. This is no disrespect, but I'd say Doogie because he's a panicker. That's the only reason.
Do you think
Doogie's a prime panicker? I feel like
well, eventually you might be able to stitch a raft together out of his nails that he bit off.
Bang! And his hair as well.
Right.
Yeah, his hair is right wrong.
Poor corner.
Fair play.
I reckon, who I reckon would be actually weirdly resourceful would be Joe. I reckon he'd
yeah.
You know what I mean? He'd
he'd 100% injure himself. He'd injure himself and you'd have to carry him on your back. And he wouldn't be grateful for the fact you have to carry him on your back.
And also the chance of him maybe eating something poisonous is quite high as well. I could just imagine that.
He does sound like
I can imagine going, I bet you didn't know I could climb a tree this quickly. And then scurrying up the tree and just falling out of it and then being like, carry me around then, I can't walk. And you'd be like, all right, well,
any danger?
I can't leave you. But, yeah. Right, go on. That was a brilliant question there.
Yeah. Do you want any more quick fire, or should we end it there and go to normal questions?
Well, do you want to give us one more, then we'll return to the game?
Yes. What one trivia that people don't know about you?
Oh God.
Go on.
This is like podcast stuff.
Oh, go on!
Oh, Van der Beek again, the most advanced player for Ajax. Really getting beyond the attackers,
you must
isn't
have
it?
yours on your Hinge profile, right?
I don't think it is, to be honest.
I reckon there's a few dark things we don't know about David Jackson.
And dark? I was going to go more positive.
Fair enough.
Jump to go?
Yeah, jump in, mate, if you got one.
I went to a party with J.K. Rowling.
Mine was actually going to be similar to that, but very boring.
Yeah. On your arm?
No. So I was at the premiere for Fantastic Beasts, and then I got invited to the after party after.
Nice.
And there was Eddie Redmayne pissing about. And then there was J.K. Rowling. So I said hi. I said how much I respected her, or not in then words, how much inspiration. I like the movie. It's not the books or anything. No. But,
not the things that she wrote.
Yeah.
Not the thing the movies are based on.
It's the movies that made her.
But because obviously I knew her story.
Why did you say that with such disdain? What's wrong with the book?
I've just never read them. I'm sure they're great books. But so J.K. Rowling.
Fair play.
And.
I need to
how can you top that?
You can't.
He hit on. What he's telling us is he hit on J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Well, like the ring weren't on there.
Trivia. McCubbin, go on. I bet you've got some absolute.
I don't know if there is that much. I really when I think about funny facts about myself. There's not really anything.
What about the fact that you did 59,000 steps in a day?
I did once do 59,000 steps in a day.
Where were you?
Was that just your leg shaking at the desk?
It's probably a little bit of that. I was at a music festival, so there was quite a lot of dancing between hours, and I think I was also walking quite a bit in the day as well because we were staying at a villa that was a bit of away from the festival, so we had to walk a lot. So that's.
All right. Oi! There straight into Onana's hands. That's a good shot though. It's a shot from open play. It's a shot on target.
It's a lot better from Spurs.
I'm sure Spurs fans would take that. I was going to say we'll take that as Spurs fans, but the sofa definitely isn't. Probably split. I've done this question a million times on Sunday Vibes Temp, so. Nothing.
You know what is a funny anecdote though? This is nothing to do with me, but involving a celebrity. A celebrity in a kind of party atmosphere. Ooh. When I was at, here we go.
Oh God, Ajax are in.
Ziyech,
cross it to Neres. Still a play though. Oi.
Oh, what a crap ball that was.
Oh my God. Last ditch defending from Danny Rose, keeping Ziyech from bagging that. Although Ziyech's ball to to Neres wasn't great.
Absolutely loving it.
To be fair to that was all Spurs' own doing there. Yeah. It was poor sloppy play.
You're going to expect them to be disjointed at the back, aren't you, with all the personnel changes? Like Vertonghen really is the glue, isn't he, back there? Go on then. What's this random? I don't know if I want to ask.
No, it's a funny anecdote. I wasn't there, but what was funny is that I watched it unfold. But I watched it unfold on Facebook afterwards. So basically. This was so it was when I went to university in Liverpool, and in my first year, you kind of just make friends with a load of people, and there's this guy who I kind of knew fairly well, really nice guy, and he wasn't into his football at all, so he was kind of unbeknownst to what was going on, but basically he went to this very bog standard club in Liverpool, which was called Heebie Jeebies. It used to play kind of indie and kind of pop music, and it was kind of just the go-to place if you were kind of an 18-year-old student. And apparently one night Andy Carroll showed up there.
Of course he did.
And my mate kind of heard that he was like a Liverpool footballer. Didn't know anything about football, so he was just like, he went up and kind of I think he was just very drunk and kind of feeling overly friendly. So he went over to try and dance with him, and apparently Andy Carroll and whoever was there kind of as his entourage kind of told him to please leave off.
Back off the big man. He's worth £35 million. This man.
And he didn't. He just carried on trying to dance with him and got himself chucked out of the club. So
trying to dance.
Dance with Andy Carroll.
Dancing with Andy Carroll. Not even just say hello. He's like, no, I'm gonna. Oh, hello, Lucas Moore is maybe in. He's like, no, I'm determined just to dance with him. I mean, that would get annoying if a stranger just wouldn't leave you alone. Would it?
That would be.
I know, but equally, what are you doing going to a nightclub like that? I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, I guess. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I think Liverpool's a bit of a small town. Like even as a city, it's like Steven Gerrard couldn't walk down the street in Liverpool for years. That's why he went to LA in the end, I think, because he couldn't. You couldn't survive there without being mobbed. So I don't know. It's just like you kind of have to.
It's a random football to want to dance with, like so much so that you get thrown out.
I think he just knew. I think he just saw that he was famous. He was like, I'm going to try and inconvenience him as much as possible.
I once got my head, because my head was this size as well when I was about 6. It's like, and it's big. I look like a bobblehead, like a micropod. I once got my head caught in a wicker chair. Like I just saw a gap. I went for it, stuck my head in it, and I thought, well, I'm done for now. I can't get out. I had to wait half an hour for my auntie Jackie to come in from mowing the lawn. And then she actually tried to butter my head out of the chair.
Nice, that's a classic. Classic move.
She went straight for the butter.
Not WD-40.
Couldn't do it. Bit of like turkey fat, like basted me. Like by the time my head came out of the chair, I'd have tasted absolutely delicious. So
did it work then? The butter?
No, my dad came and broke the chair.
After all that good work.
And I thought she had a parrot when I was younger, but she actually had a budgie, and I tried to talk to the budgie for a good year, and budgies don't talk, do they?
No,
so all sorts of experiences at Auntie Jackie's. That's it.
I've got 2.
Two!
Oh, you got these prepared, haven't you?
I have got these prepared. I've been thinking of them while you lot are talking. So the first one you guys know about. The first one is I was part of a rap trio. I was the only white guy in this group. We have since disbanded, unfortunately. One of the guys went on to work with
the whole of Ipswich in Morning. Yeah?
One of the guys went on to work with Frisco and DJ Ironic,
nice.
Which is quite good. And the other guy's still going now.
Still making music?
Still making music.
Are you still in touch with them? Are you still like mates with them?
Yeah, I'm still mates with them. They're from back home, so they're from Ipswich.
DJ Social Call.
And we did 3 shows in London, as well as like loads of shows in Ipswich.
How much would we have to pay to get the trio to really kind of perform?
All the footage from those shows.
The footage it does still exist. It's just,
my!
It's just
Joe
private.
Thomas is itching to make that into a vlog.
It's all private.
Is it on your channel?
No, it's not on my channel. No.
Could you get it?
I'm not going to tell you the name of it.
Could you get access to it?
I get it. Why would I get it? Why would I do that to myself?
Why wouldn't you?
I would not do that to myself.
It's cool.
And this, we got sponsored by a clothing brand as well.
Really?
So, yeah, we were actually alright.
So you
surprise.
Done just as much business as in our first year.
Yeah.
What?
Might be kippers and slippers, I mean.
What led you to stop?
We all wanted to do our own sort of thing, and I wasn't interested in just doing it by myself. And the other guys kind of wanted to go a little bit solo, and I just stopped.
Spread Lucas Moura.
And then we never got back together.
Go on, Dele Alli. Oh, back post overheader from Kieran Chipper delivery.
So can you not give us a little spin now?
I'm not giving you nothing now.
Come on, give us a
Get a few beers in me, maybe.
No, it's not worked before. It's not worked before.
I did it before, yeah.
Did you? Oh, I wasn't there.
No, neither was I. That's pathetic.
Yeah, just next time on joke, just
in like Manchester. Yeah, you have to do some
If we win an FBL, 100% there.
I'm lying. On the mic.
If we win best overall content, then I will.
What, you'll do it on stage?
I'm not going to do it on stage.
As the acceptance speech. With Razor Ruddock.
I'll release some old footage, which is better.
Nice.
What's the second one? I bet people are absolutely gagging for us to get back to
The second one is that my second cousin is married to former Ipswich Town, former Man City, current Man City goalkeeper coach Richard Wright.
No way.
Ipswich royalty.
Yeah.
Nice.
Stealing a living, he was, wasn't he? Big time.
So you Ipswich's most famous rap export, and you're related to Richard Wright. You're an absolute prince in that neck of the woods.
I have my links.
Fair play.
I was actually very happy when we signed him, and then it just didn't really work out.
You had Stuart Taylor as well, didn't you?
Stuart
Taylor. What? I love his blonde highlights. They were.
He's a very good-looking man.
Was he? Yeah, I don't know. Right, fair play. Should we have some questions about the football then?
Yes, we can. A lot of people asking about the goalkeeper, Onana.
What's his name?
Onana.
I'm joking.
Hotline and sinker there, mate. Yeah. I can't believe that's how slow are you?
One
day Ramos.
Anyway, people think people say he's quite underrated. Obviously, in this team, there's a lot of great young players in there, so he's quite underrated. Where do you think he should go to in the summer if he does leave the club?
Who needs a goalkeeper that's a top team? Because he is, I mean, he's a top prospect. I don't actually know how old he is. I know he's
like 21, 20.
Yeah, he was like like 21, I think.
I know he's been like similar to kind of De Jong and De Ligt. He's been linked with a couple of top teams, especially in the last kind of 6 months or so. But
PSG is the one top team with which probably needs a goalkeeper.
He's quite an unorthodox goalkeeper, isn't he? He's a little bit like Edison, I think, in that he likes to get involved. Like,
so say that De Gea goes
with his feet
in the summer. Would you have him at United?
Perhaps, like promising young keeper. I mean, unless we were to go for Oblak, that's the only other person I can think of. Obviously, we'd have to pay about 120 mil for him. Probably is the best keeper in the world. So I mean, he's worth that. But considering we have other areas to work on, I'd say I'd probably rather go for someone a bit cheaper, like Onana, someone who's got more years in them. As has kind of been the norm really with clubs investing in keepers. Obviously, Liverpool going for Alisson. He's a bit younger as well.
I'll tell you what, Bayern might be contemplating.
Not a bad shout as well.
Neuer's injured again. I like Sven Ulrich. He was great for the season that he came in, but I don't know if he's kind of considered as a long-term number one there. So he might Bayern. Who's in goal for Dortmund at the moment? Name completely escapes me. But
I forget.
I mean, you look at
Berkey.
Yeah. You look at top teams in Italy. Inter have got Handanovic, Szczesny, Juventus. They've signed some like prodigious talent as well, haven't they? Was it Mere at Napoli maybe, or is he at Juventus? I can't remember. But no, I don't think any top clubs need a new goalkeeper.
I would say Bayern and PSG are like in the next we'll be looking in the long term at least. Like Buffon, I don't know whether Buffon's going to retire after this season.
He's got another year, hasn't he? On his contract, he's signed a 2-year deal.
But still, they need to lock someone down in the long term.
Yeah, PSG might be a good shout then.
No.
And then PSG temps.
PSG?
Yeah, cool.
Next question is about Tadic. Is he the most underrated signing this season?
He might be just flat out the best signing this season, to be honest.
This season?
Perhaps. Like, just look at his goals and assists have been outrageous.
Oh, come on.
There have been some other really good signings, but he's up there. I'd probably say he has been the best signing this season. I don't know if you boys would disagree or whether there's any other shouts.
Best signing.
He's definitely been the most surprising, hasn't he, this season?
How much did he cost?
Who's getting booked here?
Was it like 15 mil or something?
Yeah, proper cheap. But
40 million euros
when he left,
as well, not pounds.
No one batted an eyelid when he left, really, did they?
No.
Didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, he had a really bad time of it at Southampton under the likes of like Puel, didn't he, and Mark Hughes. Managers who weren't that forward thinking.
Crazy to think he was being managed by Mark Hughes this time last year. That is ridiculous.
The Champions League semi-final, and he's bossing it as well. Jackson, you got any favourite signings of this year?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of players that have come in and really improved their teams. I think a lot of players.
Alisson.
Yeah, Van Dijk's ridiculous, isn't it? But it's like, I think there's been a lot of players that were signed last summer that are not necessarily for this season, but for they're going to. So, for example, like a Guendouzi, right? He wasn't signed. I don't think he was signed and expected to play as many games as he's played this season, right?
For £8 million,
that's
absolutely. He's been brilliant.
Bargain, right? You know.
And unexpected as well because he came from the second division in France.
Yeah, you know. I don't know. I think there's been. Obviously, the big signings.
Xhaka's gone. Not Xhaka, sorry. Definitely not Xhaka. Shaqiri's gone off the boil a little bit.
Yeah, it's just not getting any minutes, is he? Really? Yeah. He's,
but when he was scoring the winning goals against Manchester United,
what you want, isn't it? Yeah.
That's the thing. If Liverpool were somehow to go to win the league from now, people would then look back on those games in which Shaqiri got those important goals, and they were important.
Outside the top teams, maybe. I mean, Lo Celso just signed on a permanent. Hello.
Oh, good ball from Moura.
Oh, Lucas Moura getting a ball there to the back post. Fernando Llorente not in front of his man.
Great play there from Trippier. Fantastic.
That fellow in midfield that played for Leicester, that's on loan from Monaco. He looks like
Tielemans on loan has been great.
Yeah, been great.
And considering he was captaining Monaco leading up to that January as well, it was super weird one that they were able to get hold of him.
Well, it was because he was kind of the one player that Henry got on with, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think when Jardine came back in, I think he I don't know, maybe he kind of wanted to switch things up a little bit.
Fragmented camp, wasn't it, under Henry?
So maybe there was a bit of a political kind of motive to that. But I mean, he was captaining Anderlecht at 18, wasn't he? It was something ridiculous.
Did you see Golovин's comments about Henry, wherein if they couldn't do an exercise, he'd join in with training and be like, if I can still do it, why can't you? And you can see exactly why a team fighting, in a relegation dogfight would not respond well to that. Lo Celso at Real Betis, I think he's going to be great for 21 million euros. I think he should have gone to the World Cup of Argentina.
But he was at the World Cup, but he's never got played.
Yeah, played more. Across Europe, McCubs?
I think we've highlighted quite a lot of really good ones there. I'm just trying to think. I mean, Arthur to Barcelona has been really good. A bit unexpected as well how quickly he's broken into the team. Thinking of others, can't really think, to be honest. Italy hasn't had a huge amount.
Yeah, Lyon didn't make any massive signings. You got Marseille. Balotelli's fared well at Marseille. He's scoring goals again. Teams that kind of have had to not turn around their fortunes, but just improve. And no one's really done that. People are throwing away that last Champions League berth in Spain, aren't they, as well? Valencia, Sevilla, I think they all lost as well this weekend, didn't they? What signings did Valencia make?
Good ball.
Danny
They
Parejo's still their best player.
They got Guedes as well, didn't they? But
Guedes got injured, though, didn't they?
Yeah, so
also as well.
I think it says Sevilla. I mean, Andre Silva for Sevilla was pretty good
at the start of the season.
Santi Cazorla on a free to Villarreal.
Yeah,
great bit of business. That is.
He could keep them up, couldn't he?
That's a good shout. Yeah, there's a few answers in there, but it's difficult to think of really obvious candidates or interesting candidates.
Piatek to Milan, did we say him?
Yeah, true.
He'd be a great sign.
I mean, but equally, he only joined Genoa last summer. Yeah. For Tippence, do you call it? I don't know. Tuppence, that's it.
He was only £4 million. Yeah, it was from Lech something.
Was it Lech Poznan?
No, it was a more obscure team. I think it might be Krakow or something ridiculous.
But the fact that then he went for 35 mil in January, that's such a good profit to make in that amount of time for a small Italian club. Cool. We think we've done those to death now, haven't we? Yeah. 64 minutes gone. Do you think? Do you think Spurs are gonna be able to get a draw out of this?
I think the Ajax have gone off the ball a little bit, but then again they have got the away goals. It's almost like Spurs need to score a lot more than Ajax need to get the second. Definitely. So it's if you Ajax, maybe you're
Frankie de Jong.
Is that Frankie de Jong who did that?
Yeah, it just chipped.
It's outrageous. It almost looked like he didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. That was like a pitching wedge. Oh my God! Some of the things that guy does, unbelievable.
I haven't actually been watching Frankie de Jong a huge amount this game. Been far more focused on Ziyech and Neres, but I'm gonna have to start watching him now.
He's extremely composed. Like, he's constantly composed.
Ability to like quicken the play up or just to slow it right down, doesn't he?
And you can tell he's just weighing up what's going on whenever he's moving about. He's
number 10 for Ajax is definitely
just reading what's going on.
Like, he's playing out wide at the moment on the right. He needs to come off.
Be good if it was El Nazori's just come on as well, hasn't it? Be good to see how he affects this game.
Who did he come on for?
Shona came off.
Oh, okay.
One of the old boys.
I
think just one of the players over 30.
Lovely.
I think that might have been El Nazori. But Ajax still playing a very high line. Still look very comfortable with the ball in Spurs' half, but.
It's just slowed down a little bit, hasn't it?
It has. It was a bit of a relentless pace from Ajax to start with, which I'm guessing was part of their game plan, just to kind of catch Spurs a little bit cold. I guess with an adjusted formation and personnel. But,
ref.
Ooh. Was that
a yellow
card? How does it look? No. I don't know. Tagliafico going down, maybe a little bit easier there. I might have undersold that. Yeah, it was definitely a shove.
It's not the worst though.
It was a definite shove. Oh,
yeah.
took one to the nads.
Yeah.
Oh,
does anyone say anything in the comments, Temps?
Yes. Do you want another question?
Yeah.
This one's from Millie, who says, "What do you think is the most disappointing signing of the season?"
Ooh, there's got to be a few of those, haven't there?
Which one were you most looking forward to seeing, and it just didn't work out the way you expected?
Into the Prem, I'm trying to think.
I mean, I want to say Riyad Mahrez. I know he wasn't in the summer transfer window, but that's really not panned out, has it? Go on, Lucas.
I wasn't that excited about that one there at all.
Mahrez has still been very positive throughout this game. I feel quite sorry for him. He's not getting an awful lot of assistance, is he?
I'll tell you.
Lovely ball.
I wouldn't say he's had a bad season.
Ambition was there.
But I'd say Naby Keita hasn't lived fully up to what he was hyped up to be.
But if he has,
season anyway.
That goal could be important for him, just to build some momentum towar's the end of the season.
And he's got a couple, hasn't
he? I think
he'll
have a great season this season. It's just.
Was it against Huddersfield? He scored the opener in a minute.
Yeah, that was bad.
There's a lot more to come from him. People 100%. That have Liverpool fans that have ran out of patience with him already, or expecting him to be like this all-action midfielder straight away in the Premier League. I feel it's stupid.
It's weird to talk about any Liverpool players as disappointments when they've had the season they've had. It's almost kind of you wouldn't call it arrogant, but almost it's just like trying to find holes in them. But of course, you kind of thought that. I mean, if last summer you said that Liverpool were going to have over 90 points with 2 games to go left the Premier League season, you'd have put you would have put a lot of money on Naby Keita being a big part of that, and I guess he just hasn't been as much as you thought he hasn't been as influential, and it's pretty crazy that they've without him being a hugely influential player, they've been able to sustain this kind of form.
There, players like Wayne Haldum, he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
He's just been
really
he's been so consistent, and I think that's if you look at the great Premier League champions of the last 20 years, they've had players there. They've just been 7 every game, 7, and then you have your top players that are going to kind of it's true,
for sure.
And I think that's if Liverpool win nothing this season, they have been the most unluckiest Premier League team. I mean,
there's no way that it'll be. This is going to be the first Premier League season where someone's got not won the title with over 90 points.
It's crazy,
mental.
And I think
there's only a few who have even won it with over 90 points.
91 points might be enough to win it in all but sort of one of the leagues, and that was last year with the centenary year.
Yeah.
That's so awful.
Because I think they might have even betted. Fergie got 91 points before as well.
Yeah, Fergie got 91 points.
Jose Mourinho might have got 95.
He got 95, and Arsenal got 90, I think, in the Invincible season.
So it might be all but 2 then in the 118-year history.
Onana's done so well.
That was pretty risky from Onana there, to be fair.
Well,
claimed it well there.
Yeah, you'd be so frustrated as Jurgen Klopp, wouldn't you? What else can you do to win the league? It's just impossible.
It would be quite funny if Liverpool got no trophies this year.
It would be funny, but also so frustrating.
Of course, it's frustrating.
Awful.
5 years, no trophies.
I mean, no one expected Arsenal signings to really bang, did they?
I say Lucas Torreira had a good start, and he's sort of gone off the
boil. It's all been a bit wrong since that Spurs game when he got himself sent off.
Yeah.
Jorginho's. I mean, he's had the biggest fall from grace, hasn't he?
Higuain, he's done a lot, hasn't he?
Maybe let's just Premier League and go with Higuain. Yeah, I mean not Higuain, sorry, Jorginho, and then let's get another question in temps.
Fred, are we missing over him, are we?
Fred? Yeah, Fred actually, I've relatively disappointing over
Yeah,
overall for 50 mil. I still have faith in him, but again, to be honest, genuinely, when United sign anyone, especially during the Mourinho era or kind of in general, like I never get my hopes up too much about him, to be honest, because it's just there's
but the fact that Pep
so many
wanted him, you must have been like,
for sure.
Spurs have been caught in possession.
Van der Beek, wasteful.
Bad.
That's bad from Trippier. That completely all the way.
Oh, that was weak, wasn't it?
Oh, has he won the foul there? I guess he has.
They're so competitive, Ajax, man. They don't want to give any. It's wicked, man. To see.
Yeah.
Proper like young.
Look at that pressure.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Good.
The league just winning it there on the halfway line, giving up absolutely nothing.
This is so big for us. I mean, even.
Oh, I was trying to put.
Yeah, I mean.
He's tried to pull it to number 7, isn't he? And he's been missing.
I thought he might try and put Tadic in, just very like.
This will be the first time if Ajax do win this. This will be the first time that they've won the first leg, isn't it? In this
really?
season. But equally, right? I think they've won every away leg. I think the last 2 away legs have been the second leg.
Yeah.
Which is that just shows
such
an amount. I know
went
it's
to
so
the Bernabeu, didn't they? No.
But the kind of character that a team has to do that.
Yeah,
is nuts on this kind of stage.
I mean, even some of the games, the game Real Madrid at the Amsterdam Arena did not necessarily deserve to win that. I think it was Karim Benzema was just going for a really prolific patch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And was it the game against? We've spoke about the game against Bayern, haven't we? The away leg, they battered Bayern Munich at the Allianz, in a fashion that I'm not going through the best time I did at the minute, but in a fashion that not many teams have done.
Sure.
So yeah, zero F's given really about the prestige and the size of a club and the stadium and the atmosphere. Yeah, they are just
so much confidence.
They do.
Oi! Hello, Van der Beek's been probably
so good.
their best player today.
Go on.
Oh please.
He's not looked up there.
That's too.
I don't think Tadic is at the best of games today. I don't think he's played bad. I don't
involved,
it's slightly isolated.
They picked it up so easy though, in their half.
Yeah.
So equally, Tottenham have been a little bit kind of almost panicky at times.
I felt Lucas Moura feels like he has to do everything.
Yeah.
Dele Alli clearly wants it quicker there. He wants it to feet. They're just not really finding. Not much synchronicity, is there, with anyone across that forward line.
Concerned faces in the stands. Sunny there.
Look at that chin.
Yeah.
Absolute turkey. Right.
It's a good job it's a watching on.
Yeah. But
here he is,
I wonder what Sonny will be saying now. Do you think he's going to be talking about Spurs being cursed?
He loves that.
It'll all be about restrictions.
Tottenham fans can't shake that, can they? They're they think that something in nature is working against them.
How are they cursed?
Right, let's have a couple more
touch was cursed.
Let's have a couple more questions from the fans in terms of it's gone a little bit quiet. This game's getting a little bit cagey now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really
Last
is.
20.
Dele Alli's getting a bit annoyed, isn't he, with Neres?
This next question is from Mitz, who says, who should Ajax sign to replace De Jong? Who do you bring into that setup? Or have they actually got a young player who could just come?
That's a good question.
I don't know, to be honest. That's really tough, man. He's pretty much irreplaceable, isn't he?
One player that I think we all think they should go after is Odegaard.
I've got a player they can have.
Go on.
Mohamed that one their name.
You know what? He would slip
It's
right as that
perfect
Ajax
for
side,
him.
and he would be world class.
He'd have a Tadic season.
Perfect for him.
He's versatile, isn't he? He can play at centre back. He can play at central midfield.
He can play anywhere. Just not very well.
Oh, hello.
Christian Erik. Do you want on the ball?
Okay, corner. You know what? Actually, Llorente, lacks a bit of quality, but has actually been pretty active throughout. He's actually been in the build-up. He's actually been alright.
He's tried, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's tried.
Well, yeah, as he's after his puff. Odegaard, he just makes sense to see him in an Ajax shirt. He's been unbelievable for Vitesse.
He loves to come for a cross, didn't he?
It'd be interesting to see though.
Who was it? Is Heron V now? Is it Vitesse? I did a whole podcast on him. I've completely forgot. Yeah, he's at Vitesse, I think.
Yeah. Do you want me to check that?
Playing black and yellow.
Yes,
please.
Because I should know as well.
I'm spacing out a little bit.
Where's Khalifa, mate? Black and yellow.
There you go.
That's the one.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
But do you reckon that Real Madrid would allow it, especially in light of this new so-called agreement that Barca and Ajax have?
Yeah, that is the sort of thing that they're like would be petty about, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think apparently they just want rid of him. He's on near enough 100 grand a week, I think.
Really?
Yeah, he's when he signed a monstrous deal when he was a youngster. I think.
Yeah, he's at Vitesse.
Vitesse, yeah, he was on at least. I think he was at least 90 or something.
He was at Herenveen last season.
Yeah, season before.
Yeah.
And I've read a couple of articles where it's just like they don't mind getting shot of him, which is, I mean, they're not even playing Danny Ceballos at the minute, who is absolutely like, he's an outstanding talent.
Ref. I'm not giving that.
I mean, if they're not playing Ceballos, then why would they bring back Odegaard, I guess?
Come on, let's have a second goal for the stream, for the EFD subs.
We need a... Oh, here we go.
Some of the Spurs,
he's only a kid, Trippier.
Some of the Spurs players are getting a little bit testy, aren't they?
They really are.
Does anyone else have any ideas?
They can feel the Champions League slipping between their fingers.
Because it'd have to be...
Ideas, right now?
For... not just in general, not just like business ideas, but like to replace Frenkie de Jong.
I thought you meant as in ideas for what Spurs have to do now.
And that as well.
I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very difficult.
That's a niche question, isn't it?
Considering what Ajax are working with the kind of players that they could attract. Not saying that they can't attract good players, but like, yeah, I'm not like an expert in terms of like Europe's kind of creme de la creme young players. You could maybe say someone like. Sorry?
I think they've got a young player called Zivkovic.
Is he the Benfica guy?
Pretty highly regarded. No, there's a couple of players with the same name.
Yeah, because there's that Zivkovic at Benfica who's pretty highly rated, but I think he's gone a bit quiet this season.
Yeah, and what João Felix is more so at Benfica.
Oh yeah, he's gone crazy.
Who are you about to say? Sorry,
go on.
I was going to say someone like Ndombele, but like
go on.
They just wouldn't.
And again,
go on. Here we go. That's it.
Oh, post! We needed that.
Post.
He's hit the beans.
Look at the. Is that De Ligt? No, it's De Jong.
That's De Jong.
De Jong and De Ligt have both got like it's built like triangles, aren't they? They're massive. Oh, that didn't actually look like.
Oh, I think did that come off Trippier?
Never looked destined for the net. That never looked destined.
Lloris left that, didn't he? He knew it was.
That could be a massive moment in this tie. 2-0 away from home.
She could be. I really want to see. I really want to see.
Daley, calm it.
Calm it.
Been frustrating for someone like Dele Alli, hasn't it? He's not been able to get the ball whatsoever. I reckon he's completed under 20 passes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, who has in the Spurs side though? To be fair,
Llorente.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's the key. He's the key to this whole thing. Yeah, the thing is, the Spurs can't really throw anything more at this. They can't bring anyone else on, can they?
Skip.
They bring on Skip, yeah.
Oliver Skip.
How tall is he? They just need someone to throw in the box.
It's good play. It's really good play from them.
Ben Davies and Juan Foyth. Jesus.
Defensive options, isn't it? Bit of a strange choice.
So does this mean they'll put Danny Rose a bit further up the field?
Are they replacing the fullbacks? Are they going to a back three? Because, wow, they're replacing the fullbacks. Maybe they're just knackered because they've been asked to do an awful lot, haven't they?
I mean, Danny Rose has done a lot in this game too.
Danny Rose, he's been overlapping a lot.
McCavan.
Yeah.
Dele Alli has made 22 passes.
22 passes.
22 passes,
so
just
nearly,
over.
Yeah.
Just over.
Well done.
Llorente 32.
Yeah, Llorente!
Llorente's the boy, mate. So we're hearing from Opta Kieran that Llorente's made 32 passes and Dele Alli's made 22. 32 sounds like an awful lot for Llorente's involvement.
But I guess he's been coming more deep than we'd expect, I guess.
So Edison averages
bit of a hurricane, isn't he?
Edison averages 23 passes a game for City. So
23.
Currently averaging less than Edison is Dele Alli.
There
we go. And he's level Edison at what?
He's going to do another one now.
Temps, you got any more questions?
Yeah, people want to know about your predictions for Liverpool-Barca tomorrow. What do you guys reckon?
Where is it? It's at the Camp Nou, isn't it? You know, Liverpool are unbeaten at the Camp Nou. They've never lost at the Camp Nou.
Really? It's pretty impressive.
Crazy, and I think it's
just in the Champions League since. I
think they've visited the Camp now 4 or 5 times. Just in general in their history, so not that many times.
I like that.
And they've never.
This is the best Liverpool in the Premier League era.
So
transfer.
Here we go.
I do actually want to see Spurs score here.
But I mean, before we say anything else, I guess we should let people know that we'll be doing a football social for it, and Joseph Tomlinson will be on that from Football Daily. So please tune in if you're a football social fan, and if you're a non-subscriber.
Also, Pete Dorman.
Pete Dorman's on it, yeah.
If you're a non-subscriber who likes Northern Irishmen, then Pete Dorman will be on it. Yeah, brilliant.
Get in touch.
So what other questions did we have, or did we answer that one?
I think Liverpool are going to go through. I actually think Liverpool will win the Champions League.
What are you saying that for?
I do believe, mate.
Imagine if Liverpool did the
You do believe?
I think they will.
This is their year.
Would you want them to win it?
No, of course not. Well, no.
More than Spurs, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a lot more. Well, I'd want a lot of things over Spurs.
Yeah, we asked this question. Liverpool win the league.
Oh, that was good for
or
more.
Spurs win the Champions League.
Oh, nice.
Good
Good
for
for
Liverpool win the league, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, he's off.
What's going on?
Nah, Van der Beek's not got a double yellow, has he? No, I think he's devastated he's given a free kick up in that position because he knows that Llorente is sniffing around for the ball.
Imagine if Llorente put this in from 30 yards.
Absolute scenes.
It's his territory, isn't it?
Yeah, I
It's
think
a bit harsh, isn't it, for a free kick?
fox in the box. He's a foxy man as well.
Give it the
Good looking
trips.
lad. This game's
What are we talking about?
Really
I think I don't. I think it will be a draw tomorrow night at the Camp Nou, and I think it will all be to play for at Anfield under the lights.
We will also be covering it on the Football Social, so stay in touch. This is a chance. Spurs haven't played well.
Do you think this is shooting range for Christian Eriksen? It looked like he was shaping up to take that on.
Surely not. Why are they on tiptoes?
Dave Jackson to equalise.
Good ball.
Oh,
Was it Llorente?
That was unlucky.
Considering how poor they played, that's actually a decent chance for them, then.
Yeah.
I reckon
But it's so hard. It's so hard to actually be able to get a clean strike on the.
2/3 of their chances have come from that exact spot free kick.
They're playing a little bit like England the second half of the semi-final. they're just hoping that a big centre half can get on the end of a Kieran Trippier free kick.
But they haven't got the love train going on the set pieces, though.
Oh, it's such a stupid.
Wasn't it 11 goals from set pieces England got at the World Cup? How outrageous is that?
I don't know. Harry Kane got an MBE for scoring a hat-trick against Panama, so fair play to him. He's absolutely
Wasn't the only goal from open play that he scored was
against Tunisia?
His heel.
His heel, yeah.
Ruben off the cheek whacked it against his heel.
No, he scored a header.
He's hoodwinked the whole nation. He's got an MBE out of it. Fair play.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. What do you reckon Harry Kane will be saying now?
Oh no! I wish that had gone in. We need another goal, don't we? Because this has been inactive second half. I mean,
I had such high hopes at the start of the second half as well. So end to end.
Still relatively impressed with, considering Spurs have got to throw everything at this. Still relatively impressed with Ajax's control.
Yeah, definitely.
Lucas Moura still growing influence. Oh no.
There isn't a great deal of threat from Spurs, though, is there? It's a lot of build-up there, and that is it.
They're desperately missing.
Yeah, they really are.
A Sonor Kane on there. It's not. I mean, that just feels stupid even saying that.
Yeah.
They're desperately missing one of their best players.
Yeah. I think in some ways Son would be a more useful player to them in this situation, because he's.
It's just elusive movement.
Yeah, he could kind of produce. I don't know. Actually, Kane can produce something out of nothing, but I think on current form, Son has just been so good, especially kind of cutting into the box from wide, which is kind of what Spurs are trying to do now, but just don't really have anyone capable of doing it.
So Son will be back for the second leg. Kane maybe. We're hearing right.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
Kane's powers of recovery.
How does he recover?
But I mean,
it's like Harry Kane's like Lazarus, mate. You know what I mean?
But equally, he's like injuries are becoming more recurrent, aren't they? I think it's quite alarming if you're Spurs. Like if he's getting injured every 3 months now, 4 months, stop rushing him back.
Equally, as a Spurs fan, if it meant winning the Champions League, I'd just do it.
Yeah.
Even if he was out for the whole of the next season.
He cares about his knees. Yeah.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
We don't have to play with his kids when he's 40, do we? So.
Oh, touch that was.
Yeah. Decent. Killing it again. Right. Come on then, Ajax or Spurs. Give us a goal. Last 6 minutes.
Go wide.
This is going to be an Ajax goal. Look at this. It's going to be
it.
It's going to be it.
No, it's too far.
That is so much. Oh.
I mean, that's one area that Ajax haven't really got joy from, is it? Just like slinging a cross in from a wide position. Davinson Sanchez actually mopped up pretty well in the air. Look at De Ligt winning it on the halfway line. He's an absolute savage.
That was stupid.
We got any questions to keep us ticking over while Mohamed Sissoko builds this attack?
Yes, Leicester City fan says, who has the best young team in the Premier League?
Does he just want us to
Maybe
say
I
Leicester
think
City?
he just wanted to say Leicester City, I'll be honest.
It's hard to argue with
Fair
that, to be
play.
fair.
It really is.
I mean, their midfield especially is very, very good.
Chowdhury, Ndidi, Cheelemans,
Madison.
Spread! Ben Davies was in there. That's exactly what he's been brought on for. That ghost run.
He wanted to put it through his legs as well, didn't he, Eriksson? Oh, man. That would have been perfect.
Is he off?
That would have been perfect. I'm trying to think other like young teams in the Prem. There aren't.
Wolves aren't particularly young, are they? Everton aren't particularly young.
Even City aren't that young.
Bournemouth aren't even that young, are they? I mean, they've got like Callum Wilson and Josh King are like 26, aren't they?
Yeah,
26, 27-ish.
Yeah.
But Leicester are probably unique in that regard, aren't they? I mean, like take Jamie Vardy out of that forward line as well and put Kelechi Iheanacho in. I mean, not on form, just on that name. And that is a very, very oh,
Here we go.
the Hunter.
Yes.
Just need someone a little bit clinical. Come on.
He is 34 years old. Still got it. Scored the other week.
It's a granddad in that team.
Look at that guy without a top on.
Proper.
Know his political allegiance without even.
Yeah.
Without even guessing.
Oh, he's nervous. Spurs fan.
Spurs.
But then again, at only 1-0, Spurs have a big chance.
They have to score first, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Like going a 0-0 at home in the Champions League now or in knockout competition with the away goal is fine, isn't it? But 1-0 is such a. It's imagine like chasing a game against this side. Like it's so good at like punishing you, aren't they?
But the away goals rule is going from next season, isn't it? It's done.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's done.
I think they made some like.
Is either next season or the season after?
Yeah, they made like 3 or 4 big decisions, didn't they? Recently, UEFA.
What, like in terms of what VAR
and
whatnot,
rule
handballs.
changes. Yeah, what was I can't quite remember.
The handball rule.
Handball's like if it hits your hand at all, even if it's a ball's hand in the build up to a goal, it's not a goal.
Sort of thing you got to ask Doogie about because Doogie would have read it on the BBC article and he reads every article on the BBC without fail.
Loves it.
If the BBC offered him a job, he would leave us in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Mate. He loves him. Absolutely loves him.
I reckon his dream job would be to just do the write up of Laura's.
Phil McNulty.
Yeah.
He's living.
Have Phil McNulty dictate to him while he just.
He's living Doogie's dream, Phil McNulty. Just an article every week on the BBC.
Yeah.
Chief writer, bang. And that gives you some clue as to how the end of this game is wrapping up. Talking about Phil McNulty and Doogie.
You know what? Do you ever listen to the also BBC product?
The Football Daily.
Not the Football Daily, but I've actually quite enjoyed listening to Pat Nevin and what's his name? Peter Odemvingi. On
what?
They do a radio show called World Football.
No, they don't.
The BBC.
What Odemvingi that used to play for West Brom?
Yeah.
Who does something with Pat Nevin?
Radio 4's World Football.
Why are you lying?
Is a weekly contributor on it.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Pat
it's really
Nevin
good. It's really good.
Odemvingi.
It's really good. Yeah, so I recommend that. I mean, I usually put it on and I just fall asleep. But
what a combination, Pat Nevin. I've still got to get into Crouch's podcast. I've heard that it's really, really good.
Yeah, I need to do the same.
Any other good podcast, Dave?
There's a really good one, not about football, called Awards Chatter.
Chat's tried that.
Awards Chatter.
You heard this one called Not Safe for Work?
I have heard it.
That's on VYB.
Been a bit quiet recently, though.
Yeah, I know. It's come out.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the episode Getting to Know Sam Coffey, but it's not come out yet. So.
I thought we were really getting to know the myth.
Has it?
Yeah, I think that was the first
That
one.
was the first one.
Getting to know the myth.
It was still the myth.
Oh, you're a big fan, aren't you?
Oh well,
Been exposed.
I wasn't going to tune in before they actually, they dropped the myth, the whole myth thing. Just thought it was silly, innit?
I missed the days of the myth. Actually, it was exciting. Wasn't
What, when we were contemplating blurring him out when he was playing seven? Yeah, just adding 2 hours on to the edit time, just to maintain a lore of the myth.
I remember saying Sam Coffey's name. I'm speaking about him in third person. He's in this room. But
probably feels a bit uncomfortable at this point. But yeah.
But I just remember people in the comments being like, "No, you can't call. Like you've said his name. No one's said his name yet."
So they knew it, but even they wanted to. Go on, Lucas.
I think I'd missed the memo on VOIB. Still referring to him as the myth, even though his identity had been revealed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
missed the monthly news now.
Come on, Spurs, give us a goal.
I mean, has the Wan Foyth and Ben Davies double substitution made any difference? A little bit. We've had a couple of crosses from out wide, bit more energy down the right. He's ran it out.
No, he hasn't. He's kept it in.
Go on, Foyth.
Controversial. If that has gone out and this ends up in a goal, that's going to be very controversial.
Back post.
Turning on the Smithy there.
Yeah, you were channeling your innocence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
3 minutes now on the board. What's going to happen here? Smithy will be very nervous at this point. Do you reckon?
I reckon his fake tan just running off him at this point.
Yeah, but the hairline's great.
He's got an incredible hairline. Oh! He's got like a Toby Alderweireld hairline. It's just
consistent.
He's got like a Lego hairline.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like Lego.
Action man.
I do miss him.
Or like a Fisher Price man.
Where's he
Yeah.
Well, like he should just be clicked on.
Yeah. You know.
Oh,
He's
God.
fuming!
He is fuming.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Come
Someone
on.
pick up their dad. He's gone absolutely mental. That's a nice little jumper, that. Spurs jumper.
They know.
3 minutes added time. We're 2 minutes in. Anana's taken half an hour to take this goal kick.
Fair play to him.
It looks like it's going to be 1-0 Ajax. Juan Foyth not getting in there down the right. Have we got any questions about Juan Foyth?
About Juan Foyth?
Yeah, specifically about Juan Foyth.
I mean, I can dig through him. We'll try and find.
Yeah, I think there probably is temps. You're just not looking hard enough, mate.
People are
Not
asking.
trying hard enough. You need to offer a lot more.
People are asking who you think the goalkeeper of the season was. So a lot of people do disagree with Edison.
God, so they've tuned out of the game as well, yeah? They're asking about goalkeeper of the season.
Someone just said Peter Modder-Wingy is a legend. Still miss him at the Hawthorns.
There you go, mate.
That one season
Still
where he
loved.
scored like 16 goals.
Oh, it's great, wasn't it?
It was like him and Berahino just had one season wonders at the Hawthorns.
Yeah. I think Arsenal were linked with him at one point.
His
weren't
name,
they?
that was from Random Loner. That was actually.
There you go.
That
I think he misses. It sounds like he misses a lot of people. The goalkeeper is Alisson.
Chance!
So not Edison who.
No, Alisson's got 2 more clean sheets. Liverpool have conceded fewer.
Liverpool, I really do think Liverpool's defence just is better with him and behind it as well. They're just more confident. Like, I know, say what you like about Van Dijk, but
City have
Alisson's been almost as
conceded
influential.
less
Free
shots than Liverpool.
Okay,
Per
so
90. I think
There's more to do.
Liverpool conceded around 8 and City around 6.5. So, I mean, Alisson has a little bit more to do, not a lot, but it's just fine margins. To be honest, you could pick either one and I wouldn't be too bothered.
yeah, they both kind of make up for each other's flaws, don't they? Like
Yeah.
Edison's better on the ball. Edison's probably a little bit better at coming off his line, but Alisson as a shot stopper is like
Alisson in the box
unrivaled.
is mental. Yeah, 80% of his shots he saved last season for Roma in the box. 80%. And now look at
So
Roma
good.
without him.
Yeah,
Toilet.
mess.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be 1-0, isn't it? Let's face it.
Oh, don't give up yet, mate.
I can't.
20 seconds left.
1-0, like 1-0 on a Spurs stream as well. What do you reckon this is doing overnight? 30.
About, yeah,
We've got a flight to catch at 5
About-
o'clock in the morning.
same amount of Foyth questions, I reckon, mate. Yeah. And we actually have some Foyth questions.
Yeah, we've had a laugh, haven't we?
Ask
We've had a
and
bloody
you
laugh.
know you will receive.
Go on.
They're just digging him out, so I'm not going to read them out.
No.
That's a bit mean.
I think he's quite an exciting.
Full time.
defender.
So,
There you go.
well played, Ajax.
What do you make of Juan Foyth?
He's young, prospect, looks good.
Autopilot.
He's
You
still a
know-
kid, isn't he? Got
Right,
lots to learn.
should have 5 minutes of questions and then we'll tune out. By the way, if you've not subscribed and you've tuned in now, hoping to see the dire members of the game, please hit the subscribe button on your Football Daily, which from next season will be your home of Champions League football. We'll probably be doing an awful lot more Champions League live streams so you can watch them along with us, for the foreseeable future. And if you've got any questions for us in the last 5 minutes, hit temps up in the comments
Please
box
do.
below.
Please do. We'll do quick fire, so throw in some personal questions, just throw in some quick questions that we can answer. So the first one, I don't know why I did that. The first one is, what TV series are you currently watching? And I know you were going to say Game of Thrones, aren't you?
Go on, Jacko.
Yeah, I'm currently watching Game of Thrones. I love it. What else am I watching?
Battle of the Bastards or The Long Night?
or
What's your favourite episode? Vote in the comments below.
Is that like both episodes from this series?
Nah.
Oh, just in general. Okay.
Just too iconic.
What about you, McCubbin? You're not a
I'm not a
Game of
GOT
Thrones
fan.
no?
I'm not actually watching really any TV series at the moment. Line of Duty is quite good. Fleabag, probably my favourite series of the last year or
She's
so.
writing the new James Bond.
Is she actually?
Yeah,
she
she's
did
one of
Killing Eve,
them.
didn't she?
She's
Yeah.
one of them. Yeah.
That's pretty. That's a pretty bold move. She's a great writer, fantastic writer. I actually prefer. I really liked Killing Eve, which I think is kind of what probably helped land her the James Bond job, just because it was so well written. But I think
I love that this is what we're talking about.
I think
love it as well.
Fleabag
This
is far
fantastic.
superior. Yeah. So
Yeah.
watch Fleabag if you haven't already.
That's the sign-off line for the stream.
Yeah.
Watch Fleabag. Don't watch. I mean, the return leg. Let's hope the return leg's a little bit more exciting than that second half. I mean, Ajax played some great football first half, but second half got think they just managed Spurs out of the game, didn't they?
They did. It was a very mature performance from them. Like, I think that the last couple of games we've seen them kind of in the second half, I guess at least, kind of win the games in the second half. They could have won this tie in this leg, couldn't they? Which is almost a more the second half more commendable. But yeah, it's just a different.
Yeah, a bit more tactical. Yeah. The second half was like for Spurs, they felt the tactic was just like bombard them with crosses, and that didn't really get them anywhere, did it?
No.
Why have we got a calculator on screen? Brilliant.
That's how many live people.
Predictions for Arsenal.
That's how many concurrents.
Predictions for Arsenal Valencia.
We're away first, right?
We're at home first.
We're at home
Saving
first.
your season.
This is the one competition he's fantastic in, so hopefully he can pull it out.
He won the Coupe de France.
What?
And they won Ligue 1.
Yeah.
So.
All I'm saying is I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win 5 games from now to the end of the season. Yeah. Who we got next? Brighton Sunday, win. All right.
Win.
Valencia Thursday, win. Yeah. Then Valencia again, win. And last game, Burnley away, win, and then we'll beat Chelsea in the final. 5 games, 5 wins. Bobby's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Dave goes home a very happy boy.
There we go.
Fair enough. Jack Wilshere back at Jack Wilshere.
No, that's it. When that happened, I was actually very upset. But the fact it's proved to be the right decision.
Oh yeah, you upset?
Yeah, because I thought
he told us it before.
He's a future England captain.
Well, you know. So,
mate, if you're an Arsenal fan, your prospects are looking up because Dave Jackson's called it 5 for 5.
5 for 5, mate.
What are you saying?
About
5 alive.
About a Valencia game.
About Valencia again. You're an Arsenal fan, aren't you?
I think we'll win the first home leg and then we'll lose the away leg. I don't think we're going to get to the final. I'm just not that confident.
Who knows? Against his former club as well.
I don't get my hopes up. I got my hopes up last season.
So Chelsea have got Eintracht Frankfurt. Chelsea have got Eintracht Frankfurt, right? This is an extremely winnable Europa League. Last year there was a very dogged Atletico in there. This time round, you've got teams that are just as inconsistent as you.
Yeah, true. We'll probably get to the final and lose to Frankfurt. That'll actually work.
We'll win 5 games on the trot now. This is it.
Sebastian Haller and Jovic put you to the sword.
I was looking at Eintracht Frankfurt. I think they've only lost 6 games in the league this season.
Drawn an awful lot of them.
They must have drawn. Yeah, they must have drawn an awful lot, but didn't look like a crazy amount.
They're not in the top 4.
Are they not? I thought they were 4th.
Oh, maybe after this match weekend, maybe.
I don't know. Where are Frankfurt at the table? 4th. They are 4th.
Yeah.
Give me some more question attempts. I'm on fire now.
That's playbacks on the screen on the calculator, by the way.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. That's one. Ousmane Dembele or Philippe Coutinho for Barcelona tomorrow? Who would you start?
With Dembele. If it's a choice out of them two, I'll go with Dembele.
Against Liverpool, though, Coutinho.
I think Liverpool.
Just romantic, isn't it?
Yeah, just ran out of momentum, then, didn't you? Whatever. I think you want to pin back those fullbacks, don't you? You don't want Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson having the freedom at a new camp, and Dembele's probably better at that, isn't he?
Having seen Barca play a few times in the Champions League this season, I think they need Messi to be on top form, else they've got no way of going through. I think Liverpool are a far superior team.
This is the worst draw for Barcelona for sure.
Yeah,
Liverpool are ruthless over 2.
They're wicked. They're actually wicked. And the thing is, even the poor Liverpool sides, them in Europe are like a complete different beast. So I can only see Liverpool going through, and then going on and winning the competition.
Fabinho to start. He's been brilliant at the tail end of this campaign. Yeah. He exacts a lot of control, doesn't he? I actually think 1-1 would be perfect, and then Liverpool to batter them at home, maybe like a 2-1, a 3-1. But there's a lot of mini narratives in there. Luis Suarez, I'm sure Liverpool fans would like to bring him back and then have them batter Barcelona around. I'm going to go over the 2 for this tie. I'm gonna go 1-1. McCubbin, what are you saying?
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to agree with you. I think Barcelona. I'm not going to say. I don't think Liverpool will necessarily batter them at Anfield.
Not been great defensively though this season, have they?
But Barcelona, they've been a lot better recently. PK's come into amazing form again. Lenglet's been very good. Their defence recently has been a lot better than it was before. Even if it was pretty shaky at the start of the season. I do kind of have a feeling, and this isn't just being biased, I do have a feeling Barcelona might do it, just because I just think when you do have Messi on the pitch, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And I don't know, all it takes from Messi is just 20 minutes of just him being unbelievable, and that can change a game so much. He doesn't even need to be dominating an entire 90 minutes. He just needs to have that 20-minute period like he did against United. I know United are not the same prospects as Liverpool, but that effectively just killed the tie off. Just 2 moments where he got the space to score, and if he does get that space on the edge of the box, even a keeper of Alisson's quality might struggle to save one of his strikes. I don't know. It's just
they've got kind of the workman-like midfield to deal with that, like, not to deal with Messi, because I mean, if like you said, if he decides that he's going to be unplayable, then it's just a different beast altogether, isn't it? But you know, it's similar to how they kind of shut down Neymar with PSG, maybe deploying that Henderson, Milner, and Wijnaldum midfield three might not be the worst tactic. And then I think Nelson Semedo versus Robertson is going to be an interesting battle. Yeah, because they're both very very good and very athletic. But then if Jordi Alba, he's been like Messi's chief supplier this campaign. If he's further up the pitch and Trent gets in there and Mo Salah's there, like it's very finely poised. Yeah, I can't really think.
Interesting game. I feel like it's going to be a really good tie though. And
you should definitely join.
Yeah,
Football
Social. Yeah, I think the Chore Dogs at the wheel.
Sure. That doesn't really have the same ring, does it? No. Got last question.
One final question from Room Cobra. He says,
Legend of the game. Legend of the game.
What shoes are we all wearing tonight?
Ooh, should we go through?
Feet, so
probably have to have another question after this, but
that was generally last. I'm not getting another one.
White Nike ones.
Classic New Balance.
There we go. So I mean, could they even see that on the camera? Who knows? Maybe not.
Probably not. That was
got the thumbs up from Kieran. That was the last one. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the shoes more so than the last 10 minutes of the game. Hope you enjoyed the Killing Eve chat from Michael. If you think Michael should launch a podcast, discussing TV programmes that he's vaguely interested in, then let us know in the comments below. Other than that, we are in the Football Social tomorrow, like we've said 10 times in the last 10 minutes, so please check that out. Tomorrow they'll be live from 7:45 yet again, and there's some very special guests joining them. We won't be there, but we, wish you good luck, Liverpool fans, in your bout with Barcelona. If you're not subscribed, then please hit the subscribe button below. Like this video, maybe, and see you on the flip side.
Shall I do the piece?
Yeah, if you want.
Peace. And we're still rolling for another 5 seconds.
So.